Hello, y'all. How's it going? Get off this screen. Hey, y'all. It's Friday, and well, as always, that means viewer levels. That's what it always means, and that is what it means tonight as well. That is correct. As normal as usual, viewer levels is what we're doing tonight. Mario Maker viewer levels. Exciting. For you, it's Saturday. Viewer levels is in the chat. Viewer levels, very, very funny name there. Yeah, same as what we're doing. The topic. It is true. Viewer levels in the chat says that viewer levels has more followers on Twitch than I do. That is true. Has a lot more, and also somehow I follow you, viewer levels. I'm not sure when I did that. Maybe just because you're a viewer of mine, and if I throw a follow to a viewer now again. You say you never stream, which makes me wonder. Then why did I follow then? I feel like there's a reason. Do you operate a bot that does I know you. Well, I don't know you follow me, but it makes sense for you to follow me, being a streamer and all. That is odd. Hey y'all, let's actually say, like, hey, this is the stream. I'm gonna do viewer levels. Y'all have submitted them. I see. Let me. Oh crap! I forgot to pull it up on my phone before we started. I'll do this while I'm talking. I see 3 in the queue right now. 3 in the queue. Trying to think. Warp World / main. There we go. That'll be it. Sign in to Twitch. Okay, perfect. I see a couple in the queue. That's very nice. 4 now. Hey, look at that, 4. And that's a nice number. We'll be playing those. I will play those. I will have a good time. We will all relax and enjoy the video game while I put this token in. Remember this computer for 30 days. Please. It doesn't. It won't. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Let me say 2 things up front before we begin. 2 pieces of upfront type stuff. In the form of cards, as I do. Hello, Humade. How you doing? Hello, White Tiger. Cosmo. I see ya. I see ya. Were you wondering why I'm wearing a yellow shirt despite the green screen things? Maybe you're not wondering that because you don't think yellow shirt, that'd be a problem with a green screen. Well, I did some tweaking to the green screen thing, in that specifically with this view, the camera is always pointed at the couch, meaning that I technically really don't have to chroma key anything below here. So you'll see if I were to raise my yellow shirt up to this point, you can see right there, the chroma key is having some issues with it. You see there, and a green shirt would be even worse. But below this point, you're getting an ad. Very nice. Well, not nice, Below this point, the green screen will have no problem with my yellow shirt, and above, it'll be great. And I'll say, this ties into what we were doing last week. The reason why the VOD was called, people do have holes in them. I was wearing a shirt that had a yellow circle on it, a sun, and that won't be an issue with this green screen tweak. That said, it will be an issue if ever the camera were to say, let me just do this and just go like, what? No, that'd be bad. So if the camera were to ever to tilt like this, you'd start seeing the green screen, but that's not going to happen. The camera is not going to pan upwards like this. Thank you for the Twitch follow, Shogun 201. Also, it pans really down. Uh-oh. You can see my, you'll see, like, the green screen start to go like, oh, look, you can see Peach through my shirt. That's weird. Fortunately, this focuses on faces, not on shirts, so it won't be, I think this will be fine. Also, it lets me wear these green pants, these green pajama pants here, without fear of being all chroma keyed if they were to go like this. If I were to just, you know, sort of hunch up my legs or do like a this shit, you know. Not that I do that often these days, but you know, it is a concern. White Tiger was thinking about asking, by the way, so it isn't irrelevant. I did talk about it last week. People might have remembered if they were watching and paying attention and like, you know, remembering things. Mentally, that's a, you know, what are the odds of that, right? But it might happen. Might happen. Got a second card here. Hello, Gavin. Kira Play. Kira Play? Thank you. Second card, let's do the Xbox presser on Sunday. I don't usually do React type stuff to press conferences as they happen. Usually a lot of them are happening on like weekdays, you know, work days where I'm busy at work, doing work, so I can't necessarily do like a react to them. But the Xbox one is on Sunday, and I've done it for the last 2 years since I became a streamer, so let's just keep that streak up. If there's nothing really exciting at the Xbox press conference, I will regret it. And maybe next year we'll not do it. And I'll just go like, okay, reacting, this is not for me. If it's nothing, I'll be really bored. And if there's something, you know, it'll be like a 2 minutes of an hour-long stream where I get really excited, really into it. But then again, if they were to announce like a Banjo game, I don't know, what the fuck. If they were to announce Conker's Bad Fur Day, I'd go like, oh, crap. And you'd see my reaction, and wouldn't that be nice to have on the record? I don't know. Would that be nice to have on the record in perpetuity? So we could all go back and see, like, this is how I reacted when they announced Banjo 3E. I don't know. We'll do that stream on Sunday, around noon Central Time. Let's start the viewer levels. Let's go. It's, that's enough time talking about shirts and press conferences and the names of viewers. It's time for viewer levels proper. Let me, get up the first level of the night. It is Cosmo Fate. Let's begin the carnage, says Cosmo Fate. That is a excellent omen. I bet that means that Cosmo Fate's level is very nice and is going to be very kind to us. I think that's definitely a good sign. Definitely a good sign. Choose any but no demos. Okay, so we get to choose our fate. Perfect. Okay, well, we're going to choose a really nice one. I'm sure there'll be several really nice ones available if it's up to us. Oh, yes. Let's see. Real nice one coming right up. The ultimate lava boss rush. You are Cosmo Fate, that's right. Actually, I'll say, these do not look that tough. Like, this one has a 2% clear rate. This one's a 5%. We've already done it. This one's like 10%. Yeah, let's, kind of in the mood for Rocky Wrench's Military Cave. You're 6, but there's only, yeah, blue-haired boy, sorry, the queue number over there doesn't update properly when a YouTube person submits a level. It's weird. Don't worry about it. It'll be accurate eventually on a long enough time scale. Let's get into it. And also, I'll explain how we do things here. If you are here when your level comes up, I give it the full time of day. That is to say, 15 minutes plus 5 last tries, if that's not enough. It's a little hot in my ears. 15 minutes plus 5 last tries, if that's not enough. If you're here. If you're not here, I still do the level, but I do so in very nearly, but not quite sudden death, wherein I have only 2 tries to beat the level, which, you can tell is fewer tries. That is my compromise between between playing more levels, which I think is fun, and prioritizing the people who are present. And I think it's a great system, great set of rules. And I hope you... That went badly. And I hope you agree. It's a good way of doing things. We got 14 minutes left of this. In chat, Cosmo Fate is saying that the other fights are easier. The second fight might be the hardest that they have done. Interesting. Hey, we beat the first one. Hey, hey, hey. Do you have a way to delay when someone's level is played? I could move you down in queue, I guess, if you wanted to request that. Never done anything such as that before, though, but, suppose it's up to you. Fuck! I don't think that level looks that hard, hey, Squink. That second boss fight doesn't look that hard, it's just... those fireballs really do come out of nowhere. Jesus. God damn it, indeed. That's correct, Shogun. Oh. Drinking my water. You should submit your level with shouldn't you submit your level with 0.02% or your level with 2%? It's up to you, but, you know, outside the lightning round is the perfect, dare I say, ideal time for levels that have low completion rates. And again, 2%, you know, also gonna be a tough road to hoe. That was such a throw, what the hell? Tough road to hoe, even down the line. I'll say, for those who haven't been here, around like an hour or two into the stream, we're starting a little late, let's say 8 o'clock. Let's say 8 o'clock. I will switch over to the lightning round for the rest of the stream, at which point we'll be spending a limited amount of lives per level. A very limited amount of lives per level, refreshing at checkpoints, and then, you know, if the queue gets really backed up and really jam-packed, and you're wondering, like, well, how long? 15 minutes a level? That makes it sound like forever. Well, lightning round will sort that out. And we'll get the queue moving pretty damn fast. Ooh, okay, I can see why this is tough. I gotta get out of that corner before the guy pins me in there while the Podobo's coming down. Do I get like a mushroom on going through the door? I think I don't. You're right, you're right. It was the hardest, is the hardest, etc. Probably multiple reasons. That time we have our heart. Yes, 5 for normal people, 7 for subs on Twitch, and for the first level in the lightning round, that's right. That's the amount of lives that we have on offer. On offer? Available. Can do. Okay, get the fuck out. Woo! What time is it currently? It's 6:32 in the PM in the Central Time. That's right. So hour and a half. Let's say hour and a half. It was a little late. I was you know, I wasn't. I'll say, and we'll talk about this in a bit. I didn't watch the Game Awards, but I did want to check before I started the stream. Like, did they announce anything that I like? Super duper duper care about, that I would get really excited for. We're in the same time zone? That's nice. Central Time is among the best times. Oh fuck! Goddamn Rocky Wrench, motherfucker. I'm realizing now, this second battle, you can't take a mushroom into. It's one hit and kill and death, no matter what. That is, rough. I just disabled that Rocky Wrench. Is that a bad idea? Oh no. Nah, it's fine. call it neutral. Yes. Well, in your time zone, it is that time. In my time zone, it's a different time. Bah! I'm taken aback every time I have to jump over the thing. That's right, PM. In Eastern time, it's 7:33 p.m. 1 a.m. for viewer levels. Apologies to viewers levels. I know that, you know, you're the whole reason for the season. The thing that we're doing here. Did I get a key? What happened to my key? Did I kill the thing that was supposed to kill the key? Killed the... Did I have the key? Maybe I had the key. I don't know. There we go. Hey, Suchi? How you doing? Thanks for the level. There's a level that's death coming up. Glad to hear it. Oh, Lord. Hey, Jessica Shook. I think everyone is doing good. That's correct. I have polled everyone. Not like with a poll, but, you know, verbally. And people seem to be on the up and up. No one's talking about anything from the Summer of Gaming. So I guess nothing got announced, really. Let me do a card. Hey, there's cards. Maybe after I die this time. I'll do a card. Hey, check cats. Here's a card. Did you hear how much it costs to get on Keighley's show? Also remember him complaining about not getting many games to reveal this event. He put out a big statement before, like a few days ago, saying like, oh, it's kind of a down year for the industry, so not much to reveal, sadly. It also got out that, and this is true, I'm gonna say the thing that the guy says on that television show. This is true, it costs $250,000 for a 1-minute ad at the Summer Games Fest event that just ended like a half hour ago now. That is correct. That huge sum of money is what they're asking. Kinda ridiculous. Is that it? What? Huh? Oh! Silk Song was Silk Song announced? No, it was not. I think I have another card for that, but I think Civ 7? It was like the biggest announcement, which, okay, sure, I played like, I think it was Civ 5, it was alright. Back like 10 years ago? But I just do wanna put a little emphasis on that story there, like, goddamn, that is incredible. Just, you know, coming off him saying, like, man, I hope next year, I wish that Nintendo would announce things at Summer Games Fest, which to me is just the funniest thing to hear. You know, like, I also wish that Nintendo would give me games to reveal. You know, me being some guy, Jeff Keighley, also some guy, and he thinks that Nintendo should pay him $250,000 to reveal this shit. Now, there were statements that came out that were like, okay, well, listen, we don't make everyone pay. We got some free slots for indies, and also, yeah, if Sony were to come around, which I think Sony did have a thing. It'd be free to them. Yeah, that's a soft lock. Let's try that again. That's a good moment. Worth saying, disclaimers. They won't make Nintendo pay $250,000. They get the friend prices and the they're actually a draw prices. You know what I mean? But it is absolutely absurd, and I think, you know, for my money, I have not watched most of the games, Summer Gaming Fest events, and I kind of think that, Jeff Keighley, I don't like his shows very much. I don't like his reveal shows very much. They're ad-filled. I would say that generally the reveals are not as good as at the other press conferences. You know, like, from what I hear, nothing at today's one really measures up to Astrobot. For what it's worth, And, you know, I just kind of think that the dude has done a very good job in pitching, and like, positioning himself to be, like, the replacement for E3, but at the same time, I feel like it is somewhat hubris that, to think that you can just become the new face of E3 just by saying it repeatedly, like, oh, this is the new official thing. And, you know, we got all these other events that are related to us that are also happening in the same time span. It's like, no, it's just, that's when E3 is, so that's when everyone does it. It's not because of the Summer of Gaming. But sure, okay, you can call it the Summer of Gaming, you can take credit, that's fine. You know, really, it doesn't matter. Like, who gets credit for owning the new E3 doesn't really matter. But I am annoyed by it for entirely petty reasons. And also, obviously, it is a little ridiculous how expensive it is. And, it's amazing that it should cost that much. Why is on off like that? Okay, whatever. Hey, a checkpoint, that's nice. Checkpoint party, woo woo woo. Final boss or like one or two more? Let's see. From what I've heard, these bosses are not harder. Oh well, hang on. So, yeah, I think so long as we wait for the right timing to get through the, to get up there and down without running into the things, I think we ought to be good. Two last ones. The last one's barely a boss. If you send the levels on Twitch or YouTube, you can do it either way, check cats. Exclamation point, add to add your level. Don't do it in both places, I'll say. If you did it in both places, you should probably hit leave in one of them. Or otherwise, I can remove it or move you to the bottom. That's probably silly. Just remove it, please. Would be my preference. That'd be like the least weird to administer. That'd be like the least weird way to have you handle it. Cool, good. I say you, anyone who were to do such a thing. Maybe not you. You're right, this one is hardly a boss. This one is more just a little bit of survival. But you do have to survive for a good amount of time. This is a fun boss, hey! I thought that's a quality boss. You say it's barely a boss, I say it's a quite good one. It's like Bowser with the axe. I think it's better than Bowser with the axe. I think it's better than Bowser with the axe. Give yourself some credit. And the timer was just about to come off to end too, so perfect timing on that. Yes, you're welcome. Let me hit complete. That was quite good. Next up is the reason for the season, why we are all here. It's viewer levels. That's right. The viewer level of viewer levels. 1. can you play the level I submitted and another level? You have to. We can only do one level at a time. Viewer levels. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. I mean, dude, look at how many levels are in the queue behind you. There's 9 of them. You can absolutely resubmit, and you know, you can absolutely submit after I finish this level, and when it's your turn again, you'll get it. And also, as I said, you don't really have to be there if you just want to get 2 tries. That is, like, low-key an option. But it's up to you to do what's best and say what's best. Hey, let's, Hey, that Keighley show. Did you watch Keighley's Summertime Reveal show? Whatever it's called. I didn't. What got revealed? Honest question here. I asked around real fast on, like, a Discord or two. And the answers I got was, Killer Beans and Power Rangers. I don't know what that means. Killer Beans and Power Rangers got announced. I don't know what either of those things are. Eh. There's a new Civ game. A Mega Man. No, that's next year. That's a joke. Yeah, I don't see that much. Maybe I'm sort of getting maybe from context. The Power Rangers might be like a Ninja Turtles in Time type thing. Maybe? Just based on how someone else just brought up Ninja Turtles in Time, that Xbox Live, or Shredder's Revenge, the one that was on Xbox Game Pass. It might be something like that. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, really. Let me viewer level time. Why don't I pull up like Games Fest announcements? Okay, let's be real here. I'm gonna pull this up and I'm gonna look over here and I'm not gonna die in the game, don't worry. Oh yeah, there's Lego Horizon. Okay, that's probably cute. Harry Potter Quidditch competition. Okay, that's, you know, people are gonna have a thing to say about that. This level doesn't look good. No Room in Hell, don't know what that is. Dragon Ball Zero got a release date. I guess that was already announced. Some characters for some fighting games. Blumhouse Games, I don't know. Oh, that's Megan and Friday Nights at... What? Oh, some more movies for games. Okay, whatever, don't care about that. Power Rangers Rita Revive Styles is the beat 'em up. Okay, yeah, like I said. Like a Ninja Turtles type thing. DLC for Alan Wake is out tomorrow. It's out tomorrow? Oh, wow, that's pretty alright. Valorant's on consoles. Whatever. Play it on PC, it's fine. And that looks like it. Yeah, nothing there that really, catches my interest, I'll say. Like, of those things I just read out real fast, that is probably not the full list for what it's worth. The only thing that catches my eyes is Alan Wake, and it's not really a reveal, because we've known for ages that, like, yeah, Alan Wake's gonna get DLC to fill in that loose plot thread. Which one is it? The lake, or is it the lake house? The thing that ties into Control? Is that what it is? I think it's that. Let me see. Let me look again. The only thing that catches my interest... Oh, there's like a mech thing as well. Night Springs. Oh, that's not the lake house. That's the one that's based on their TV show thing. Okay, that's less interesting. But I'll still probably try it. Let me set down my phone so I can play this level. You have to survive 22 seconds. Oh, that doesn't seem very long. You have to do exclamation add to add a level. Check hands. Doesn't seem very long to me. Then again, I don't think that was really a second, so... Okay, we're starting from 297. So 297. Or let's say 298. So 22 would be... What is 298 minus 22? That'd be 276? 276? I think that's right. The one who made it needed 5+ hours. Well, we have 10 minutes. We have 11 minutes. We have 11 and a half minutes. There you go. Check cats. Good work. Good submitting. What do those numbers mean, Gavin plays? Oh, you were doing the math as well. Perfect, yes. Good to know that that is, correct. Might be more like 275 if I don't hustle into the door. We'll see. Woo! Anyway, that Games Fest seems to have, got some decent stuff, I guess. Nothing that I'm super interested in. And, you know, like, nothing that makes me go like, oh my god, it's something that I love from my childhood, which is sort of, I think, kind of what I'm looking for in a press conference. Either that or like a really impressive demo. That was a lot of X's. That's right, the IKEA bird. Is there an IKEA bird? Look, it's a 50 coin. Lovely, I got a 50 coin. I don't know why your LED controllers smell like dish soap. Did you wash it? They live in the IKEA? Oh, that's nice. Interesting if true. This seems hard to survive in. I don't regret not watching it. I might, at some point, I'll say, given enough time, if the event wasn't like 2 hours ago, I might have just pulled up a reaction video and just went forward. Show me the stuff. Okay, I don't care about that. Forward. Just watch the whole 2-hour event in around, you know, a half hour, 10 minutes, something. Also, I would skip like any Gatorade ads and stuff like that, which I'm sure make up a good amount of the press, the event, the Summer Games Fest. You didn't watch it? I have no idea then. If you wash your hands with dish soap, it would make your gamepad smell like that. Suggests check pants. Check cats. Who the fuck is check pants? That makes sense. Good theory. Good theory. You didn't watch the game thing on today? And neither did I. I think there's another thing that's like right after it. It's like some sort of demo event or something. Maybe people who are watching that stuff are right now watching Day of the Devs and not Mario Maker. There's a theory for you. That would maybe make sense. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you know, you watch the show and you're like, okay, I don't need to know what the devs are up to. It is their day, but, you know, for me, I'm more interested in seeing someone die 500 times in not the same way, but, you know, they're gonna get a laser sometimes. Other times a fire bar. You try to beat it offline? No. You can submit it again, and I'll try again, but, I'm not going to try. You didn't know it was on today? Ah, that might be another reason. You know, I just think that the Summer Game Fest, which, you know, tries to claim the title of, like, being the main event for the entire season, is generally like a sub-Ubisoft, tier presser. You know what I mean? It's sub-Ubisoft. You would have a better time watching Ubisoft and learning about, like, oh, it's Just Dance! And, oh, here they come. It's, what are they doing? It's Skull and Bones! It's time for Skull and Bones. That's a thing. We got our update for Skull and Bones. And what's this? Ooh, it's Rayman. I'll say when Rayman comes out, if Rayman is at Ubisoft, is Ubisoft doing something this year? If Rayman is at Ubisoft, that would be great news. It's probably not. I don't know what they'll have. Is Tom Clancy them? They'll have something Tom Clancy. And it won't be like... I remember when they showed off that, Jesus, it must have been like 15 years ago at this point. 10 years ago or something. They had like, remember that game? Where it was Tom Clancy's something or other. And it was like a stealth game with like really fancy UI. And like, God, what was that game? I didn't play it. I was just, like everyone else, kind of impressed by the press conference demo. Which I do think is like the best part of a press conference, by the way. When you actually slow it down and go like, hey, look, check this out. Here's gameplay. How do you like that? And you go like, ooh, this Assassin's Creed thing looks really interesting. It looks really compelling. Oh, you can climb up that wall? And you can stab that guy? Full on, I will say. The Assassin's Creed press conference, Assassin's Creed demo is the reason why Assassin's Creed is around today. Because people were impressed by that demo at that Ubisoft press conference. And, you know, from there, they got through the first game, which was not very good. They got to the second game, which was great. And from there on, that was a franchise. Ubisoft is very greedy, I guess. I think famously EA is considered like the, you know, the most greedy. Or Activision, which doesn't exist anymore. It's part of Xbox, so, you know. I guess we'll see a bunch of Xbox stuff at the Xbox One. I'll say again what I said up top. Planning to do a stream of that Xbox press conference on Sunday. I know there's also the PC games one on Sunday, but I've never really been that impressed by that one, so I don't watch it. And I don't have any plans to do like a reaction to it, because it would just be like an hour of me just being very bored. I will also say of that Xbox press conference, we're gonna watch it on Sunday. Apparently there is some sort of like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 presentation after, which I guess would be like an in-depth demo type thing. I have never played a Call of Duty other than 2, which was before it got good, so I didn't like it, and I said like, well, I'm done. Yeah, I'm not gonna... I heard about 3, and I said like, well, that 2 was bad. I heard about 4 back in the day, and I said, okay, well, I didn't like 2, so... Do this level of boo? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I like it, you see. I like this level. It's good for me. I like it. Oh, I'm not... I can't boo it. It's not an option. Ah! It's not an option. Off the table. Off the table. Level's good. It's funny to me. It's funny to me. This is a comedy level. Is there like a path you have to use? Honest question. You're welcome to give it a boo if you like. I will not. I do not boo levels. No booing for me. None whatsoever. This level is like, what is that? Is that Yoshi with his mouth full? No, that is a hamster. That is some sort of hamster. Hamster tier? A certified goddammit moment? Yeah. Lots of those. Hey, welcome to the stream, Shogun. Welcome to the stream. You don't like the boss? Is this a boss? I pictured this as more as just like a survival thing, not unless, like... Someone beat this in 25 seconds? Well, yes. That's how much seconds it would take. I kind of interpreted that as like a gauntlet, as just like a survival room. Not like one singular foe. I guess it is like a boss. Not necessarily unboss-like. It's Undertale. Oh, like Sans Undertale. That's correct, yes. It is the hardest boss fight ever is the name of the level. There you go. Thanks for a chill level, IKEA. I appreciate it. And we'll get to it sometime soon. You can see we only have 2 minutes left. Why don't I just do another card? I'd talk about it. Did you hear about Yooka-Laylee? Parentheses, why? Another games announcement from the last 2 days or so. This one, not in any press conference. I guess... Oh, wait, no, yes it was. It was in the Wholesome Direct or something. It was like in the Wholesome Direct or like some other Direct that no one watches. They're doing a remake of Yooka-Laylee. Famously a very bad game that isn't very good, and no one likes it. And I really didn't like it because I paid, you know, Kickstarter style, $200 for it, which was a mistake. It wasn't very good. You know, I got a t-shirt and everything. And like, I took extra copies of it on different consoles, you know, on Switch and PC. Bad game! Bad game. Just confusing to navigate worlds that are aimless and directionless. Big, doesn't feel that good to move around and jump about. Fails to recapture the magic of Banjo-Kazooie. And if I had my druthers, and maybe if I had played it sometime in the last 6 years, maybe I could make an itemized list of like everything I don't like about it, but suffice it to say, I'm surprised they're making a new one. Or not making a new one. Hell, it's worse than that. It's the same one! It's the one that we already know sucks! Time's up. Time for last tries. We have 5 left. We can do it, folks. I know it. So yeah, they're doing Yooka-Laylee. It's gonna suck. They have said that they're like, you know, they've said some things about it. It's like remastered. It looks nice. Was that Try 2 or... I think that was Try 2. Whatever. Won't make much difference. Hey, Jamie Michael. How you doing? You'll boo this level? If you like, I can't stop you from booing. I cannot stop chat from booing. I, however, will not partake in the boos. No, no. This level is heart tier, is pride tier. Yes, it's good when we like it. It's good when we like it. Look how much coins there are. Get this 50 coin. Meanwhile, bad game, Yooka-Laylee, they're putting it back out. I think they've said that, you know, it's gonna look different. The Laylee, I think, now has fur. Like, it's Conker's Bad Fur Day style. Why not? Sure. And the levels have, like, fancy lighting effects and shit. Okay, sure, why not? I mean, the reason why not is, like, why bring back a bad game? But... whatever, I guess they were remaking the engine to make the second game, which I hope is less shit than the first game, but also, I don't think I'll try it. I don't think I care. It would have to be really fucking good. And people would have to play it and go like, oh, it's as good as the originals, oh! And I would have to, like, see it and watch it and go like, oh yeah, I actually believe that they figured out what was wrong and they got it right, but as is, I'm just kind of baffled by Yooka-Laylee. Thank you for the level viewer levels. As you can see, I have already liked it. But let me hit dismiss and get the next one up. Anyone can always feel free to submit a level, even if we can't complete it. I can always play it again, as you know. It's, the rules of how we do things does not waste levels. It just keeps things moving somewhat. You know, especially when we get to the lightning round at that point, you know, you could always feel free to just submit it again. Tonight, another night, whatever. I'm cool, so long as the queue is open. Before that event, apparently, Playtonic was, like, hyping it up. They were saying, like, oh, we got something. Which, I saw on some Discords I'm in that are sort of like very Rareware fan, related. They're a bunch of Rareware fans like me, and as such, tuned into this sort of thing. And everyone there was like, "Oh, this gotta be something good." And I reminded everyone, like, the last time they got everyone's hopes up. I say their hopes up. Even if you're expecting ukulele, you get it. Even if you're expecting that, how can you have your hopes up knowing that the original game was sucked ass? But even if you're expecting that, you gotta remember the last time that they did a big reveal, it was like a fucking bundle of like a bunch of indie games you don't want or already have. It's a bad deal, essentially. It includes ukulele, so yeah, bad deal. And this time it's just like, well, it's the same game you already have, but it has like fur and stuff and orchestrated music. Let's try out this level. Let's go. White Tiger is here, by the way, right? Yes. You have been chatting relatively recently. I'm gonna accept that as here. Perfect. What was I saying? Huh? Oh, it's a race. That's fun. This is a cool one. Nice. I look forward to getting through. Anyway, I think that is curious that they would remake that game. I think they shouldn't have done. And I gotta look at anyone who's like about to buy it with nothing but confusion. Right? Like, that game was not good. Probably shouldn't play a remake of it, especially one that is not going to make it better. It has orchestrated soundtracks, which I'll say a thing about ukulele is it had the musical talents of, hey, look at that, we did it. The musical talents of like, ooh, nice, of Grant Kirkhope and David Wise, but it was sort of a funny thing back then. Hello, Nico's 2D Craft. Look at the pinned comment for how to submit. If exclamation point add, you see, that's how you do it. Look at other examples in chat for example of that. Ukulele, right? Next up is Humade, who had just said GG. Perfect. Perfect. Lovely. You hit end timer. They got David Wise. It was like, that's not what it says. What does it say? Blue-haired boy. And follow. Whatever. Not gonna worry about. The position thing can sometimes be a little buggy. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. You are in the fourth one up. 3 away maybe now. Whatever. So they got David Wise and Grant Kirkhope, right? And it's like, oh boy, we got David Wise and Grant Kirkhope. They both phoned it in. They both basically did, like, sound-alike versions of their Banjo or Tropical Freeze soundtracks, but without any of the heart and soul. So, that's fun. And, orchestrated version of that? I guess, why not? Whatever. Probably doesn't do to dwell on it. Hey, how about another card that has, like, something more positive on it? Mega Man Game Boy 1 through 5 are on GBA Online as of yesterday. Funny sort of reveal. Just sort of came out of nowhere. I guess, with a lot of these reveals, I say a lot of these reveals, I guess this is, like, the only one. With some reveals that happened during this season, it's the things that didn't get into press conferences, they didn't have room. Oh, crap, I pinned the wrong message. Good. Thanks for saying. Let me fix that. Oopsie doopsie. I accidentally pinned the wrong one there. That's never happened before. on the YouTube side. Good looking out. Good looking out. I didn't notice that. Whoopsie. Well, you get it. You know. That'll help. Having the right comment pinned. 15 minutes. I've seen this one before. This is the troll level. This is a troll level. Cool. I think we'll finish this time then. Maybe? 15 minutes is a lot of time for a troll level. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Space Spiff Man. That's correct. It is Friday. I'm happy about it. Okay, so avoid that, go through the door, jump over here. You go over the top. Like the movie, Over the Top. Schwarzenegger. I got this. I have... You get like a... Huh? Oh, right, you need to climb over and do that. I'm remembering now. We're getting it. Hello, YouTube friend, says Space Biff Man. Yes, please, greet the YouTube. YouTube loves to be greeted. Quite a few people over on the YouTube side tonight. Nico, do you need help, getting that, whole thing submitted? Your level? Just need to run fast. I don't know why I did that. What the point of that one is. Okay, now we got this, so now we can go up. Hello, Winston. I can add Nico's level. If, that's good. Actually, it's kind of hard to do from the couch. Unless I do this and get an on-screen keyboard for 2 seconds. Exclamation point add space. Maybe I should have a macro that does exclamation point add and a space on my stream deck. That'd be a weird macro, but it'd be useful. What's your hopes for Pikmin 5? Oh man. I hope there's a Pikmin 5. Like, goddamn, Pikmin 4 was such a success and was so good. I can't see them going in on a Pikmin 5. My hope is 2 more Pikmin types and, 2 more Pikmin types and, is it bad if I say basically more of the same? I feel like the formula was good enough in the last one that they could just sort of build on that. Don't feel like you need to do that much different. I guess it'd be cool if they did fruit again. If I do like this, I'll be safe, right? New room. That wasn't right. I might remember you from one of the previous streams. That sounds plausible. I'm back! I sometimes remember a lot of people. How you doing? Do you think new mechanics will be introduced? What the story will be? Follow up to the last game, and yes. Well, the trend of the previous games was always, adding additional characters, adding additional things. And at this point, it'd be, like, weird to go back and do that more. But I think it'd be cool if they added new mounts, more mounts. You already have the dog, Oachi. You can just throw in, like, another animal. You get a cat that can climb walls. You get, like, you get, like, a third one, too. What would it be? What would it be? What would be the third animal? Some sort of bird? Some sort of bird. What? Hang on. Lemonade or fruit punch? I don't really like lemonade that much. But I don't know the taste of fruit punch either. I'm not a big drink drinker. Whenever someone puts a lemon in my water, I am low-key annoyed. So I guess I'll go fruit punch just, based on that. Not really my thing, though. That'd be cool to decide what animal you bring with you. Or you could have, like, all of them in the field at once. A bird, or dog, or a cat. Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe even, like, you don't... why did I make this same mistake again, I ask you? See you later, Winston. You'll be back when your level appears. That's fine. That's great. That's very fair, Winston. It'll be a minute. Be a bit. You'll understand. Levels like this. You before level 9. I know this door is wrong! Yeah, I don't... When would I drink fruit punch? I guess, like, Kool-Aid? I might have had Kool-Aid as a kid, I don't know. I've never been, like, a drinker of drinks. I think it is probably more remarkable that I don't, drink anything like Coke or Sprite or anything. I don't know the flavor of them, even. No interest in learning. Doesn't seem like, I don't know. The way I see it with those types of things, and to a certain extent alcohol as well, is that I feel like I have enough vices. You know what I mean? I am a large American who likes to... Hey, that is the solution. Who likes to eat ice cream every day if I possibly can, and no, ice cream is not very good for you, so what are you gonna do? Maybe not drink sugar water. That's right, we got a checkpoint. Kool-Aid is honestly mid. I bet it is. I like ice cream. Yeah, I do too. Ice cream's the best. Rather eat What? That was an amazing little device right there. What a fucker. What are the things you don't want in Pikmin 5? Things I don't want in Pikmin 5. I don't know. Everything that's been in the previous games would be welcome back, and I have to say, I think that if they did bring back like an obscure mechanism, an obscure like style of gameplay that was perhaps not as well received, I think they would do it justice. I think they would do it right. You know, like right, we need to not grab the thing. Remember, there's a spring on the POW. Spring on the POW. I trust them to do it right and to do it justice. Oh, that's right, because if we hit up to hold on to the vine, we end up going into the door. So we just have to hold it off. You think mint chocolate ice cream is your favorite? Is the favorite ice cream I ever had? I like Brahms peppermint. That's my favorite. Don't always have it because going out of the way to go to Brahms is a bit of a to-do. But when I do go there, I like to get a bunch of it. Because, you know, it's gonna be a bit until I'm there next. There's nothing over there on this side, right? This is gonna drop below my feet. Bad prediction. Pikmin 4 is like more Pikmin 3. Or Pikmin 2. Yeah, that's right. And Pikmin. Yeah, I think like going back to a juice type thing would be fun for this one. But also, I would like to have more pits, more holes. Bring back holes again, yes. Don't get rid of holes, just keep on at it. More holes, as they say. Ah. I'm gonna bet that spike hat is bad. Oh, maybe it's not. Wait, if I break this, I won't be able to get into the... Oh, there's a ledge. Could be experimental. Yeah, something entirely new would be great. I trust them to have a new idea that'd be fun. I need to be in position to get the thing. We're learning, y'all. I'll say, 40 minutes until the lightning round starts. So, you know what, why don't I just set a 40-minute timer? Close enough. On my watch, and it'll buzz to tell me it is time, when it's time, more or less. Okay, what was the problem here? What was the problem through this door? Capri Suns are better than Kool-Aid? I don't know. I never liked that, that, like, plasticky container that's sort of like a... I guess it's like a modern water skin. Those sorts of, drinks. I always found them to be, like, kind of unappealing. I don't really like eating out of plastic in general. Honestly. Plastic, ugh. Aluminum, nah. I don't like any of those things. Well, plastic's alright. Plastic... I don't mind like a Stouffer's. But, weird metals, weird materials, eh. A bit wary about those things. So nighttime happens, and that's where it becomes stealth. I don't know, I liked the nighttime in the last game. They could do something new. I guess nighttime was an entirely new idea, so they have had some new ideas relatively recently. Power myself. Come out over here. Good trick, good trick. Plastic is probably better with frozen meals or straws. Not a big straw person. I never use a straw. I always, like, tip my drink into my mouth. I don't really like the idea of it going through a plastic tube. I don't know if that's weird, but I always just never use them. Don't like them. Sucking on a drink. I don't, nah. No way? Yes way. I am not, this is true. I do not drink out of straws. Never. I get a straw, I take it out, and I put it to the side. You know, if it comes with a straw. I take it out and I put it to the side, and I do not, Oh, I need to destroy this. I need to pregame. I need to pregame. You're flabbergasted? People are weird. Me included. I'm not gonna say I'm not weird. But I would think, of the things that are weird, like, not bothering ever with, like, Coca-Cola, any of that is probably the weirder thing. Like, honestly, I look at all that crap and I'm kind of like, you know, for having not tried it ever, I'm low-key weary about it, you know? I see it and I go like, I don't know. It's brown stuff, isn't that weird? A brown drink. I guess chocolate milk is brown, I guess. But, I don't know. Just sounds unappealing on its face to me. You don't like Coca-Cola, Pepsi is mid. People like the Red Bull, stuff like that. Maybe. I don't know what the people like. I'm not an authority on what the people like. I'm only an authority on what I like. Stand right here, don't move. Get a Yoshi, hell yeah. So that started a P block. Last tries, let's go. We got 5 left. We can do this, folks. What new abilities would the Pikmin have? Sorry, I didn't see that. Let me see. I don't know. That's for them to figure out. If I had these ideas, if I had ideas for that, well, that's not true. Everyone has ideas for video games sometimes. I don't have any ideas. Making bridges. They could steal something from, they could steal some of the stuff from, Tinykin. But that probably wouldn't be good. It's not the same type of game. Doesn't really fit quite the same. Yeah, I got nothing. Fuck, I forgot about the fucking thing. This is a cool level. Yeah! Yeah, it is. Quality troll level. By the way, I'll say these lives, they refresh if we hit a checkpoint. But, I'm feeling like this is the last segment of the level. I feel like we're close to finishing. So, we don't have to worry about that. Feel like a Fanta? Like from the girls who do the singing on jet skis. The Fanta girls. Yes, I've seen those commercials. Lightning round is coming up soon. In like 30 minutes, yeah. Usually it'd be around now, but we did start a little late. So, I'm gonna say 8 p.m. on that. Move. I'm gonna get a Yoshi. So what the fuck's the deal here? Oh, we gotta be bounced out by the spring. By the note block. Mario Chase is fun. I don't think I ever played any of the Wii U mini games. At that point in my life, you know, like 2013, I was you know, living alone, not with family or anything at that point. You know, I had just it was around that point where I graduated from college, so moved out into an apartment after I got my first job. So, you know, didn't necessarily have, like, the company that you would have, like, growing up, right? Like, oh, I couldn't just play some with my sister. No, I said the company. And I wasn't necessarily going to, like, you know, if it had been, like, a few years before, maybe I would have brought it over to my friend's dorm room or something. Like, I played a good amount of, like, I played a good amount of Borderlands 1 in my friend's dorm room because he had it and I didn't want to buy it. I didn't want to pay for it. But, you know, all that calculus sort of changes a bit when you're an adult with money. You know what I mean? And also living alone and also not. The college stuff is done. Okay, I think I need a spring from here. So just hands off until the spring comes. Wish it was on the Switch. That would be odd. Where's the thing? Maybe it doesn't... We're all out of lives now, so there's not really time to experiment, but... I wonder how that works. It looks like it's triggered by you, you know, jumping into the thing. Activating the block is what triggers the thing, so... Oh well, I don't try this. Thank you for the level. Good attempts and all that. The clownies. Shogun is up. Shogun, go ahead and confirm. Nintendo Land was your first exposure to Pikmin before Pikmin 3. That's cool. I had the original back on the GameCube when it came out, you know. I got it with my GameCube because I got it like, you know, that December. That, Luigi's Mansion, and Rogue Squadron. And Smash Brothers. Got Smash Brothers. That was out at that point. Melee was. Wasn't out at launch, but it was out shortly after launch. Shogun's... It's been a bit since Shogun last time Shogun has chatted, so I'm going to do the message in chat. That'll tell you that your level is up and that you should say something. Very good. You remember playing the minigame with your family? Yeah, if I had played those minigames with family, maybe I'd feel stronger about them. The Wii U was not as portable. I'll say the Switch is great for family stuff because it's so easy to bring just the Switch, even the Switch and the dock, to a family's place and do like Jackbox or something on it. Especially if you say, get them a separate docking station, then you can just bring the Switch over, and that is just lovely for Jackbox type things. I'll say we haven't really played that much of the newer Jackboxes the last few years, me and my family, but definitely did a lot of that, especially in the earlier years of those games. Maybe like the first 5 or 6 years of Jackbox party packs. So like, I guess since COVID times that's fallen off. I guess that makes sense, because since COVID times, we've had, like, the extended family over less. Did COVID with, like, you know, my sister got married, like, last year. So we've done some Jackbox with, like, her and, you know, brother-in-law's parents and stuff. And that went pretty well. Used to do it with the aunts and uncles. My aunt and uncle who live in the DFW area, the one set of those that did, when they came over for like Thanksgiving or whatever. Oh, I can see some green screen popping over. I should adjust that in the future so there's a little less green that can pop over if I like go like up like this. Okay, well, make a note of that. It's a tricky thing. Tracking. Shogun. I don't see Shogun, so I'm gonna put Shogun into sudden death. Shogun, you just have to say something, and then I will, you know, do a thing. I'm not gonna say anything about the name of this level. Oh, it looks like it's gonna be about that, so let's just try to ignore. I'm not gonna read what that says. Get out of here. Just gonna cover that up. I don't know what exactly message this level is trying to send, but this thing never isn't real. Didn't happen. Did it happen? I don't know. I think they had like some funding for that. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Oh, there's the first life. What is this level? You can look at it for 2 seconds. Oh, I have a low battery. Ignore what it says. Don't look, don't look, don't look. How about another card? It's been a minute since I did another card. Did you see the 12 Angry Men's AI generated art? Ooh, fuck, I didn't allocate an image to this one. This would be a perfect one to have an image that I brought up. Just completely forgot about this card, actually. looking at the design of it, yeah, it kind of looks like you're supposed to break into it using the, those guys, those, the Koopa, Magic Koopa. Should I like this one? Let me see what the description says. And, Trump has built a wall. Will you get into the USA? What is the political leanings of this wall? Of this level? It was made the other day. It's a little out of date. I'm pretty sure, like... Well, whatever. I'm not gonna like that one. You know what? I'll like most levels, but... that one makes me go like, I don't know what this is getting at here. But... let's not pretend. I really am not sure, like, what that level is trying to say. Like, politically, I'm just gonna back the fuck away from it, okay? Look, I have my opinions, of course. I've said them before. Kind of left. More or less left. Not a fan of Biden, but even less of a fan of Donald Trump. And we'll see what happens in November. Trump's gonna win. That seems fairly obvious. I can't determine what the wall in the level is trying to say. So let's just hit lost and dismiss and be on with it. Yeah, the level design was a little bit shit as well, wasn't it? Not to be too insulting to the man, but it was irritating. Move along, nothing to see here. Yes, that's right. Gavin, play. What should you call me? I'm the Master DS. You can call me DS or whatever you like, you know. The Master DS. You can initials if you like. Whatever you feel like. Doesn't really matter to me. I guess I should have, like, a more defined, like, brand type thought there. It's MVP. Hey. Gavin, are you here? Let me hit, next. Get a little bit of a reminder for Gavin. POV, this design sucks. Hey, what is up? So, what is he up to? What is the story? It was like a Trump wall themed level. Yeah. I'm just gonna let's move on. Let's move on from that one. I will like most levels, most all levels, but ones that are just that charged and not clearly from a like you know, from like a anti-Trump perspective. And it's like, this seems like a bit of a little bit of a troll type thing, but not in the good way. The bad sort of troll. Yeah, someone added a Trump troll wall level, yes. I didn't know what to make of it. I decided simply to not leave a like. I also did not boo it. Maybe it could be cool, I don't know. Maybe it could be like a ironic thing. Really, really. I guess there were like dollar signs on it, so it is saying that it was saying that it was expensive. But it was also saying that it worked, so, which I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I don't have the stats, but didn't Biden... I don't know, I think they did still have... I don't know what went on to with that border wall in the last 4 years under Biden. I don't think he, like, canceled it or did anything to stop. But fucking what do I know? I haven't looked in 4 years. Moving on, let's play the level. I don't see... Gavin is here. Perfect. 15 minutes, let's go. And yeah, bad level design is true as well. Annoying level design, where I'm pretty sure you had to, like, chip away at a wall with Magic Koopas. Ooh, this looks hard. Look, I don't super mind, like, an annoying level. I think an annoying level can be fun for content-wise, but it is true that that level is annoying, and also, ooh, I don't know about those politics. 19 people attempted and over 1,000 attempts. It's scary. Yeah, but you die really fast, though, is part of it. Is part of the reason why. The key here is not landing on the spikes. The boring bad level design was a homage to the current U.S. political landscape. Yeah, that's a good that's a good thought there. That's probably it. Right. What the fuck was the last card about? Oh yeah, the AI art 12 Angry Men. God damn, I wish I had that on a button. I forgot to put that one on a button, but you can Google it, I guess. 12 Angry Men, Amazon Prime. Basically, there was a version of maybe. What's through the door? Like a practice room? Hey, Robbie Angel, how you doing? On Amazon Prime. Yeah, at least everyone attempted this 100 times. We'll see how many we contribute in the next 13 minutes. On Amazon Prime, there was a version of 12 Angry Men where the cover art was clearly AI generated. There were like 17 men, and their faces were all super deformed. It kind of, from a distance, looked like what you would expect a cover art for 12 Angry Men to look like. But if you looked closer, you realize, like, oh Jesus, this is horrible. This is horrific. Which is, pretty funny. Pretty funny. Just to see, like, oh my god, this is the level at which AI slop has gotten to, pervading our institutions, our platforms. To the point where, like, Amazon Prime has literal AI slop thumbnail videos on it. Like, what the hell? How does that happen? For an actual movie, no less. And there were, like, people in the comments, in the replies and stuff, who sort of worked out what happened there. Basically, what happened was, there is a program on Amazon Prime where people can upload videos, and get them onto the service by, see you later, Winston, by, like, submitting it, and they make money off that. And it turns out there are people out there just grabbing, like, public domain movies and shit, putting on AI art, and creating, like, extra versions of movies that are already, like, free to watch, perfectly free to watch, that they personally profit off of on Amazon Prime, which is absurd, and just speaks to the amount that, like, AI has, like, real dangerous potential to dilute and damage platforms, right? Just filling it with sloppy garbage that no human has ever looked at, has ever, like, approved, has ever, like, said, like, oh, this isn't right. And it's just, like, so troubling to realize that and go, like, oh my god. Even the platform where it's supposedly supposed to be, like, big things that they are securing that are worth money for you to watch. Okay, there's more than 16 here, right? So we don't have to get every one of those, maybe? At least 16 switches. It is evil, that's right. It's fucked up, and it is making Amazon Prime actively worse, and I hope that they tap that down. You know, extra versions of movies with, like, AI-generated art, that's ridiculous, and just one of the many scams that people do where, you know, little money-making scams where it's like, okay, I put up a store page for a product. You know about dropshipping? That's not quite AI stuff, but it is another one of those, like, make money quick scams, which is not technically illegal, where you take a product that exists on Amazon and you sell it on Amazon for a slightly increased price. And if anyone orders your product, you just order the other product and send it to them and have it shipped directly to them, and you make a marginal profit. You know, let's say they buy like a $25 toothbrush from you. You then go and buy a $20 toothbrush and have it shipped directly to them. That's drop shipping. It is the kind of thing that you hear about and you go like, oh, that should be illegal. That doesn't sound right. That's clearly not the intended way for the economy to work. And clearly it only makes Amazon worse, so really, it would probably be in their best interest to tap down on that, but also, marginally, maybe it helps them make a little bit more money if they have more stuff on the service, on the store. So, maybe Amazon is fine with it. Until such time as it gets to such a point where people lose trust in the platform, which I feel like that's the thing that is always the gamble in shitification. Luigi just there, yes, I see that. That's a good emote. A little bit hard to parse from the distance I'm sitting, but I understand in context what that means. In shitification, big concept, and AI plays like a role in that, making it much easier to shitify platforms and services with an onslaught of shitty, low-effort content. I say that as someone who turns on a camera and plays Mario. But you know what I mean, right? Like, makes it probably way too fucking easy to just pump out a bunch of bullshit that no one wants to, that no one in their right minds would treat as real content. But on paper, it makes someone money, and it is true that it's not strictly illegal, unless they actually don't have the rights for the thing that they were putting up. And I did see someone saying like, oh, the 12 Angry Men is not public domain. There's an estate that owns the rights to that, and yeah, they'll definitely get it taken down once anyone, like, contacts them and lets them know. Which I think that someone was going to do that, so we'll see. I say we'll see, it's probably already done. This was like news from Wednesday. Which is to say, the past. Several days ago, you understand. We nearly did it. I think we nearly did it. Hey, has this been cleared? This has been cleared, right? It had a clear rate. It wasn't like uncleared or nothing, right? I should look at the clear rate more closely. Everyone in chat did, apparently. People in chat were telling me about the clear rate that I didn't look at. 0.23? Okay. We're getting there. We have 6 minutes left. I think we'll do it. Anyway, on like Amazon Prime notes, let's talk about another Amazon thing. Did you hear about Twitch's price hike for subscribers, for subs? In the US, at least. In the US, in other regions, this price hike came a little earlier in the past. But basically, what has happened is that they have raised the price of like a Twitch subscription from $5 to $6. Slight thing, and it's worth noting that, like, okay, well, still, the money does go to the people, to the half the money anyway, 50%, 70% for some for some Twitch streamers who are like have a lot of subs and thus have like bargaining power. But I should plug that shit in. Ooh, hey, camera. Stay still for a second. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna play like this because my controller has to be somewhat low. The cord only goes so long, unfortunately. I'll say probably will not wear so many yellow shirts just because whenever the camera do move, you'd see, like, around the edges of the illusion. Or when I move or get up, you'll see, like, I'll probably adjust that, too, to make it a little more lower, honestly. Like, it probably should be, like, here, like, a few good inches lower. So that when I move around, no green slips through. So work in progress, folks. Work in progress. The green screen thing. It sucks. It's probably a long time coming, considering that other regions got that price hike before. You can always still subscribe with Amazon Prime. You know, that is still a way to do a free subscription. But kind of a bummer, either way. I'll say, for what my part is worth, I do have a couple of subscribers, obviously. And I'll get 50% more per subscriber a month. So, you know, that'll add up to a couple dollars per year. Is that worth gouging everyone on the platform? I would say no. But other streamers might feel otherwise. I'll say this, I appreciate even more anyone who subscribes. And there are a couple who do regularly, and a couple who do sometimes, like a few times a year. Appreciate the hell out of that support. Even more now. You know, $1 more, essentially. Needs to be a statue of a hamster? I don't get it. I've not watched Doctor Who in a long time. Not since, like, multiple showrunners. It wasn't, like, very easy to watch, just, like, going through Amazon Prime for a time. You know, there was, like, a big delay. I think when Max came around, it made it more, you know, HBO Max, as it was called then, made it more accessible, but I didn't go in and catch up on what I had missed while it was, you know, on a years-long delay. I know, you know, there's an old expression of, like, you wanna know how a torrent works? Ask a Doctor Who fan. I know that's a thing, but really, no one torrents anymore. They all just use, like, websites that are easy to use and I could have used if I wanted to. I don't say this from personal experience, of course. I don't use such websites. Obviously. But back in the days of, like, statute of limitations, like, oh yeah, I knew how to use BitTorrents and stuff. Back in the day. Back in the day where statute of limitations is, well and good. Oh yeah, I was a Doctor Who fan back in the aughts. You bet I knew. No, I didn't. Statute of limitations. I didn't buy $100 DVDs for each season. $300 DVDs for each season. That'd be ridiculous. Overpriced. Streaming really made it so that stuff was 100,000 times more affordable. That said, you know, don't take that to mean anything as far as, like, anything in the future goes. Of course, if I ever say I watched something, I must have obtained it legally. In the present. Ask again in 15 years. How, you know, and, whatever. I have a lot of streaming services, it's fine. Usually I just wait for them to show up on, those. Legal-like. You'll understand. Everyone understands and it's cool. George the Guinea Pig. I don't know about George the Guinea Pig. No offense to the hamster. I'm sure he is very cool. We got 12 seconds left. Not time enough for another card. Well, I'll just do a quick one real fast. Follow up on Grubhub. Plus. Timer's up now, so let's just go ahead and end. And pull up the thing. He owns 12 pairs of pants. That's interesting. Follow up on Grubhub Plus. It's apparently free with Amazon Prime now. And I did find out after last stream that, like, oh, well, they do charge you extra for every menu item that you get through that. So there's like a sort of a invisible tax on it. Even if it's free delivery, they do charge you more for the items themselves. And that apparently makes it less worth it to engage with. So haven't tried it yet. Don't know if I ever will. Just wanted to note that, like, okay, well, that the deal that I mentioned probably not quite as good as I initially hoped. Let's start these tries. I might look into it still. I don't know. I've never actually done delivery of anything. Never had anything delivered, I think, in my life, so I could 100% do that. I say never, like maybe like my parents had something delivered, but like living alone, for personal, in my place. You're gonna head out, Cosmo. Thanks for hanging out and stuff. Oh, your level didn't come up, but you'll understand sometimes levels like this, they take a time. In 5 minutes, the lightning round will start, and things will start moving more fastly. But that'll be 5 minutes from now. Quite possibly, literally, truly, after the next level. Thank you, Thank you, Gavin. That was quite nice. I enjoyed it. Let me hit dismiss. Pull up the next level. Next level is from Blue-Haired Boy, who just did position in the YouTube chat. Fantastic. Perfect. Already on the ball there. Adjust in my seat. Oh yeah, when I adjust, you definitely see a little bit of green. I probably should lower this a bit. You know, this gimmick where I can wear, like, yellow shirts and stuff is okay, but I probably should just adjust it where, you know, you never see it. So take it from around here to around here. The green screen adjustment. And make it so that it's more just for, you know, if I have some yellow on my shirt, it doesn't get chroma keyed out. Maybe more like from here to here, rather than from, like, here to here. Work in progress, folks. Work in progress. Don't mind. Blue-haired boy, go ahead and confirm. Oh, wait, you already did confirm. What am I saying? I know it. What's another card? Taco Bell Cheez-It items. Follow up on that. Yes. I talked about this the last 2 times. These funny little items here where they put a Cheez-It into a Crunchwrap, or a Cheez-It. It has just a tostada Cheez-It, which apparently is just like a open-ended pizza. Robbie Angel says yummy. Hold on a minute. Let me just say, I have tried these out yesterday, and I'll tell you, I was for sure disappointed. Here's the issue. First off, the Crunchwrap. Crunchwrap, I think, is a damn good piece of culinary cooking. The only thing is it's a little hot for my taste. Whenever I have one, I'm always just having to drink water, like, between, like, every few bites, because I'm not really attuned to the spicy side. People even say it's not spicy, but it's spicy to me. I don't know. I'll say, of this Cheez-It Supreme Crunchwrap, could barely see the Cheez-It. I looked in there, it's like the Cheez-It must have fucking dissolved or something in the Taco Bell juices, because I cannot detect it. I cannot taste it. There's no crunch. It's not there. Which I found to be really disappointing. Wasn't bad, but, you know, if a menu item, if the gimmick is it's a Cheez-It product, you expect to get a little bit of Cheez-It taste, Cheez-It flavor, and you would kind of expect it to, like, have sort of a Cheez-It sort of crunch to it, and it just didn't have that. The tostada, on the other hand, was just like a cracker with stuff on it. Which is to say, like, yeah, you can definitely get... You taste the Cheez-It more when the Cheez-It is like the base of everything. What everything is on. It doesn't get soggy. It doesn't dissolve in the juices because there are no juices. But also, after eating it, it's like, I don't get it. It's kind of like an appetizer, you know, like from a fancy place where it's like a cracker with like some cheese and some meat on it. Ooh. Except it's like this big and also taste of Cheez-It and Nacho Taco Bell product. You know, it's like, it's alright. It kind of crumbles a bit too much as you eat it, which means that all the shit is going to drop onto your plate, onto the table. So, yeah. It's weird. Two weird products. I don't think they have a success. I was interested in them for more novelty reasons, I guess, but now that I had them, I'll say probably wouldn't recommend them. Maybe just stick with the regular menu items. I think they needed to do something with the crunch wrap to make it so it didn't dissolve. Maybe like put some sort of layer of something that made it like not get soggy. I don't know if any such things exist, but I bet you could have done something. That's cool. That's a cool thing right there. I bet you could have done something so that it doesn't get soggy as you bite into it, as you wait. Maybe. I'll say this, it is well possible that it's better fresh out of the thing. You know what I mean? Maybe it's better like fresh out of the box. Whereas I got it, drove it home, and ate it at home. But it really wasn't that much time, so it should have been good. Go through the door in the middle. Gotcha. Looks like this turns on and off as well. Oh, okay, I need the spring. We can maybe dodge the blink by jumping with good timing. This is an interesting checkpoint. Ooh, is that one-time use? Well, whatever. You're watching three at once. This one and two others. Nice. All on YouTube, MVP Maple Leaf fan. That's cool. I use like a kind of customized script with the Warp World backend. I say a customized script. I found the script on GitHub that made it work with made this work with that. Why did it switch 2 times here? Something about the setup makes it work. I think that's just how it do. Every time it's just on off. So you can know to jump. Ooh, this is an interesting thing. Timer's up, so I say timer's up. It'll do the lightning round after this level now. It did the double flip 2 times. Maybe 2 sets of bombs being on screen. Yeah, it'll be 2 sets of bombs blowing up 2 sets of switches. That'll be what it was. I wanted to wear a yellow shirt today. Just because I haven't been able to in a while. I'll probably adjust it such that, you know, it's a little less picky. Oh yeah, they can't be perfectly synchronized all the time. Good, that respawns. Tricky challenge here. Oh, it's not tricky at all. I just need to run by. That's for a bonus. That's for a bonus thing. I'll say I have a bunch more cards. Kind of a news-heavy couple of days, considering the press conferences and all. It's kind of weird right now, the way that the big, thick black line is right where my camera cuts off. It's more natural. If I move forward a bit. Wrench hitbox moments? Yes. You could say any time I take a hit is a hitbox moment. Hitbox moments are all the time. Anytime I die, hitbox moments. Not like a notable one, though. Sometimes they're regular style. Sometimes they're expected. But hitboxes are involved, no matter what. Hitboxes are universal. Everything has a hitbox. I know, I'm just saying things. Don't worry about it. Everything has a bitbox. Not what I said. I don't think that's what I said. Is that what I said? That's what I said. It was incorrect. I think I said hitbox, but I'll believe you. Sometimes, you know, things come out. They sound a little different from how they should. Don't mind. I should just do the thing where I throw it up and I grab it. IKEA, you're still a ways away, but hey. I'll say for anyone waiting patiently, the lightning round's about to start. The pace of going through these levels will go up really precipitously in the after this level. So, that's nice. Look forward to that. Lightning round is a fun time. You'll find out what exactly it is if you don't know. Pretty soon. I'll explain. Don't you worry. Never to fear. That guy just got me. That guy just threw a thing at me. That was it. Gotta watch out for those guys. Sneaky fuckers. Ready to hit you with a wrench when you're not paying attention. Trying to talk to chat. Go forward. Wait for the thing to go by. Fuck me. Oh, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Good. In fact, if we're high up. Please be high enough. Wait. I just realized I could turn it on and stop them from doing, but I realized 2 seconds too late. Is right. That was a mistake. Yeah, I figured that out. I regret my words and deeds. Okay, here we go. Final seg. Just hit the P-switch right here. And that's beautiful. Optional challenges? Okay, you got it. I'll do the optional challenges. Wait, where do they leave me? Are they gonna... Let's try them out. Okay, yeah. We'll do some optional challenges. Won't guarantee we'll complete them. But I'll try them out. Ooh! Definitely need adjustments on the whole green screen adjustment thing. Also, probably should not rely on it so heavily. Oh, this is a jump situation. Is this jumping or timing? No, this is timing. Run out of lives, just beat the level if you want. Yeah, sure, no. That's fair. Got like another card or two. Try hot candy from HEB. This is a command one. I got this odd candy from the HEB like 2 weeks ago. Like last week. Not this week, but like the week before last. I thought I would try it out on air. Forgot to do so last week. If you can see, it's called jellies. And it is chocolate-coated jellies in a candy shell. So it's like an M&M on the outside with chocolate and then jelly in the middle. Or jelly in the center. So it's like 3 layers. It's like an M&M if you added like jellies in the middle. I'd like to try this out. Here's what it looks like when you take it out of the bag. They're a little bit oblong. They're like sort of lumpy in shape. Not like universal like an M&M, but more randomish. There, it's open. Wonder if these have flavors. I guess it's gonna be like an M&M with a jelly bean inside, maybe. Oh, that's exactly what... Like an M&M with a... I don't think I like these. This is weird. It is like an M&M, except in the middle, there's a little squishy little thing that is just really sickly sweet. Just like super. Maybe they have different flavors though. Let me try green. So I guess it was a lemon flavor, that one. I don't know that lemon and chocolate go together. Yeah, I think this one is lime. I think the like combination with the chocolate just doesn't come off right. I think the lime might be better than the lemon. Try the blue one. That'd be what, blueberry? Blueberry better than the other two. Still not like a pleasant mouth experience. I don't know what pink is. Strawberry? Oh, this one feels powdery. This one is like powder in my mouth. No. Weird. These are really weird. I would describe them as a bad idea. Is how I would describe these jelly ips. Ah. The part where they're kind of like M&Ms is okay, but the part where they have like a whole extra layer to them just doesn't work for me. It's like an M&M if you bit into it and it's just like a... There was just a whole big squishy thing. Doesn't work for me. Well, this is a smart way to make it work. So it's a repeating checkpoint. Let me try like... Let me try one of each. Let me try just putting a bunch in there all at once. This is kind of how you eat M&Ms, right? You just put a bunch in. Ah! 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 No, not nice. No, this... Putting a bunch in just made me think of, like, the flavor profile. Oh. Oh. Somehow ended up tasting like... You might need to reset the switch. Gotcha. It needs to be in the other position. Not the game, the on-off. Yeah. It ends up tasting like those novelty beans. You know those novelty beans where if you... Do y'all know those novelty beans where you can get like a nasty one that tastes like liver and onions or some shit like that? That's kind of low-key what that last putting all those in my mouth tasted like. Why are you doing this to yourself? Bean Boozled, yes. I don't know, I expected it to be good. This doesn't say it's supposed to be bad. It says, like, look at that. It says it's got Belgian chocolate, it's got a candy shell, and chili. But that just flavor combination is all wrong. Yeah, I figured out with the POW blocks what I was supposed to do. I just wasn't quite rocking. Wasn't quite getting it. Okay. Need to make sure to kill the ones behind me. Yeah, that's, not a good candy. Would not recommend them. I feel like I've had decent luck at the HEB just pulling up a random candy. You know, like a foreign candy, something like that. They have a lot of... The HEB has a lot of, like, foreign candies that are pretty good. That you can try out and have a good time with. Oh, I need to... Was that the first one? Whatever. But that one just, wasn't it. Wasn't right. Two more tries, and then I'll just end the level. I'll just finish. For these optional challenges. I'll say, I probably won't have another Bean Boozled ever. Oh, crap. I thought it would turn back by then. Bean Boozles are, as you know, nasty things. And honestly, if I'm thinking about it, I don't like jellies to begin with. I mean, I don't like a jelly bean. I like a jelly worm, though. That core, I think, ended up being more like a jelly bean than a jelly worm. Which I guess maybe I should have expected. Maybe that should have been my expectation. Okay, let's end this. There we go. We're unable to get through the bonus stuff. That's fine. Pleasure the treasure to bite inside. No. Ugh. Not good at all. Nasty things. Nasty things. Wouldn't recommend. Why hit it there? I don't know where to hit the POWs to best get them to not kill me. But, whatever. Folks! It is 8:18. How the hell did we go 20 minutes over the hour? Whatever. Point is, it is time now for this. It's time for the lightning round. Folks, from here on out, we will have 5 tries to beat each level that comes our way, 5 tries refreshing at checkpoints, and 7 for Twitch subs. And also for the first level of the night, the bonus heads come in a variety of forms. As you can see there, there's like Mario's, there's like a bunch of Mario characters, as well as some that weren't Mario characters, but those are less likely to get like, let's try to land on one. You can see there's some that's not Mario. They're Dixie and Kitty there from DKC3, because I did a similar type challenge on the DKC games. That's why those heads are there. If you're wondering why I made those heads, it's because they were for a different stream, and then they became bonus heads after that stream, which is, I think, fun. Fun way to do that. You've been here for 2 hours? Hey, me too. Me too, dude. Let me hit dismiss on blue-haired boys. Oh no, we not dismiss. We did clear the level. Let me hit complete. Ignore the conflicting messages. How is this gonna work for the... There it goes. The cleared is there now. I guess the lost is above it on like the priority thing. Squink is up next. Squink, if you can, go ahead and confirm. Squink in the Twitch chat. Squink with an emote. That was perfectly timed, Squink. Oh man, these jellies. Let me put them into their fucking hole. Not recommended. Bad. Nasty. They're just almost tasted more like a Bean Boozled than a jelly you might enjoy. Chocolate and jelly beans. That's just a horrific combination. Ruins the chocolate. Could have been like a decent M&M type product, if not for the core of jelly bean. Ugh. Let's do this level. Let's do it. And let me randomize those heads. I do that by hiding the roulette process with these two things. And I hit stop. Oh, you got yellow Yoshis. That's a fantastic one. That's a really good one. Yellow Yoshis. Ooh, Paper Mario. I love Paper Mario. Team music. Oh, this will be music from Paper Mario. I love Paper Mario. Paper Mario's music, even better. Yeah, I say even better. As good. Man, I could go for some good food right now. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, this is the title screen. And here's the drop. What the? We gotta run. Ooh! Yeah, there we go. That's music. I could go for an actual snack right now. Ah! Okay, got screwed up by that wall there. This is an actual challenging level. Let's do it. It almost seems like it might be a hold right into the side and hold jump level. I wonder if this works. Maybe I just have to hit with good timing. This is working. Spin jump. Okay, I think we got the first section figured out, though. Easier than it looks. You just have to jump big and hit the on-off switch, which requires a little more precision than we had. Oopsie doopsie. Thank you for the level. Would have loved to hear the full song, but fortunately we didn't finish it. And we lost all our lives. That's how the lightning round goes. Thank you for the level. Let me hit dismiss. Let me hit dismiss. Get the next one up. Very nice shit. I liked it. MVP Maple. Go ahead and confirm. MVP Maple was chatting a bit ago, a little bit ago. Go ahead and confirm MVP Maple on the YouTube side. Man, now I'm hungry. Still here. I'm hungry, and my snack that I put into the card rotation as a gimmick has backfired, because now I wanted to eat something, but no, I can't eat that. God damn. Let's just go out and just go directly into this level. Anything is good. Anything is good. Play any level. Okay, perfect. There's some remakes here, some troll levels. Spooky Forest to the Sky, an auto-scroller. Super Mario Kart Bowser Castle. A SNES track that got a huge upgrade in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Piranha Plant Pipeline, a Tour Nitro course. Let's go with this one. That sounds nice. It's from, like, the Mario Kart Tour, yeah. First, I thought it was the other game, Mario Run. A level from that, but... no, this is an adaptation of a level from, This looks different from me.
Oh, no!
I mean, I say... is this one of the levels that got into, I'll ask. Is this one of the levels that got into, Deluxe? It didn't, okay. Still might have played it. I played a good amount of Tour for a couple years. Haven't played it since, probably like 5 years from now? When did it come out? Was it like mid-pandemic? I probably played it for like 1 or 2 years. Tour before dropping off, falling off. Perfect. Got the thing. I don't know the significance of these pipes, but it looks like we get a different level based on which one we go into. After that first bit, it's all been pretty easy. This is just a good old traditional level. Raw plants and pipes to deal with. It's nicely themed. Doing a great job with it. I assume there's less jumping and less bottomless pits. Well, maybe you drive upside down over a bottomless pit. Maybe in this part you would drive on the ceiling of this level. I don't usually eat during streams anyway, but for some reason the snack time has completely ruined me. Well, I'll just have to push through. Fucking push through. What are you gonna do? Very nice level! Very nice level, MVP.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was great. Mario time. Right, what just happened? He hit complete. 1. Next level is by Super Suchti. Super Suchti, please confirm. Wait, I misclicked. 1 second. As I was putting the phone down, I clicked again. There's the right one. It should be Super Suchti. Ignore what it said for a second there. That was incorrect. What it said on screen. Suchti, go ahead and confirm. You know what to do. Here's another card. Hey, I booked my plane tickets for my big Japan trip in September/October. Leaving September, arriving back in October. 3 weeks, gonna be a whole big thing. Obviously, we'll have to plan content around that. I say plan content. I'm gonna try to stream a couple times, internet providing. And so long as the laptop that I have works well enough to do a stream, as well as I can put together, like, a version of my stream equipment that looks alright. You know, obviously no green screen. That'd be like the most cumbersome thing to bring, but, you know, I've already been looking into microphones, looking into lighting, portable solutions for that. Laptop is already there. As far as the plane ticket goes, I kind of just went in and assuming that, like, okay, well, I don't think they're going to go down. Feels like from what it sounds like, based on what I saw online doing a little bit of research, prices on these tickets don't necessarily go down as much as they used to. And at this point, it might just be safer to just go with whatever price it has been, which I did do that. I just went with the price it was. I think it's like double what I paid 6 years ago for that trip, but hey, you know, inflation in America is not as bad as inflation in Japan, but still pretty bad. So that's a bit of a shame. Feel not great about that, but hey, I'm excited about the trip. I picked the seats on the flight. I'm sitting in the very back on the left-hand side, window side, and the very back row in the plane just has like 2 seats in it. You know, it's a big plane. It has like sort of seats that go 3, 3, and then 3, or 3, 4, and then 3. I forget which. In the middle, there's a bunch of seats, and there's like 2 lanes. I got one of the few lanes where it's just 2 next to each other, so only one guy next to me, if that. Maybe the plane won't be full, and I'll just have an empty seat to myself next to me, which I think more than, you know, because these seats are unappealing. That happened to me on the first time that I went to Japan. The seat right next to me was empty the whole flight. It was great, and there was only one of them, so at that point I was on the very far back on the left-hand side, which was also great. So that's all arranged. I also got a mid-trip flight from Sapporo to Osaka, which would take maybe 10, 12 hours to travel via bullet train, but it's like a 2-hour flight, so yeah, that just makes a lot of sense to make the travel days a lot more sensible. And also, it turns out, I think that the plane tickets might be less expensive than even a bullet train is just from Tokyo to Kyoto. You know, obviously it's easier to get onto a train than it is to get onto a plane, but, you know, when you get to that sort of length where it's a day of travel versus just half a day of travel, I think it's worth it, and I was able to get a flight for that leg of the trip for like $70. Like $70 is that flight, a 2-hour flight, $70. Compared to the prices in America, I feel really good about that. And also, again, I got to pick up seat, right? And it turns out it's like $10 to pick one of the best seats in the plane. You know, I guess it's not the biggest plane in the world. They don't have like a first class area, but I picked literally the front row on that little domestic flight, so I'll be in the front row of the plane. I've never done that before. On American flights, you know, or international flights, the front row is always like first class. And even the front row of regular style is still an upcharge, so it's still like a significant upcharge, so $10 get front seat? Yeah, sure, I'll do that. I also am checking in one of my luggage there because this very cheap flight doesn't have like the most accommodating luggage weight. It has like a weight limit, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, my bag probably goes over the limit just by itself of like 7 kilograms or something. That's like nothing. That's like nothing. So I'm gonna have to check some bags, maybe both bags even. We'll see. In either case, it was a cheap flight, and looking forward to that whole business. I don't see Super Suchi, so let's put into sudden death, and we'll do the Ice Fortress. This looks like a good traditional ass level, I would bet. I am betting. Yeah, the green screen definitely needs some adjustments. That green screen trickery I mentioned. If there's just a way for the algorithm for an algorithm to identify like shirt, green screen, and know which one to chroma out and which one to not, that'd be convenient. As far as I know, there is no such thing for OBS. There should be, though. I guess I hope someone's working on that, but who knows. Okay, there we go. We gotta break down the thing. Hello, Mizu Kasune. How you doing? That's a really smart challenge there. Just the bridge is breaking up as the guys are giving you a hard time. That's smart. Let's not go for the bonus stuff next time. We'll just focus on the level. I have a feeling that is probably optional. I'm doing well. The levels tonight have been mostly quite good. There was one that was slightly weird in a political way that I didn't know how to deal with. But other than that, quite nice. Quite fun. Very reasonable levels tonight. Yeah, I would say so as well. I would say that is quite good. How about we wait for that Podobo to go away? Perfect. Now we have a hit. Beautiful. What? Did I not get the... Oh, okay, whoops. Okay, crap. The coins were super required. That was a mistake. I should have known that because, yeah, I saw everything I needed to see to know that they were required. Super Suchi, if you're here, you can say something, and I'll have another 3 attempts on it. But you gotta be here before you get all the amount of lives. Yeah, you would like to submit, but you have a series of questions. Go ahead, hit me with questions. I don't mind. I don't see Super Suchi. Let's go ahead and dismiss and move on to the next one. There's a lot of levels in the queue tonight. Jessica Shuch, I believe, is up next. Go ahead and confirm. Are you good or bad at Kaizo things? I can manage like Kaizo. I wouldn't say that I can do a shell jump like every time. You know, it's not like every week I have a shell jump in my queue, so I don't necessarily get that much practice with it. I'd say shell jumps are relatively rare, unless they're the kind that sort of do themselves. I see those a bit. Again, I'll say you can always submit whatever you like. In general. Ground pound canceling? I've done it before. I've seen levels that require it. I don't know that I've finished any of them, though. That's the thing. Do you mean the thing where you, like, ground pound and then cancel and you use that to get extra height off of a wall jump or something? I think that's a thing. Or do you mean just ground pounding and then, like, canceling before you break all the way through the blocks? That's fine if you're talking the later. I think you're talking, like, the former, some sort of fancy technique involving ground pound canceling. Let me do another card. I bought a bunch more pillows for the purpose of plain trip comfort. Just for stopping forward momentum. Oh, I see. I think that's manageable. Stopping your ground pound midair. I know how to do that. I'll say that much. Bought a bunch more pillows. I tried out a neck pillow the other day. And go ahead and submit if you like. And so I decided to try out a bunch more other neck pillows. Here is one of them. Sort of the classic style of neck pillow. I don't know if I love this one. But it is a traditional neck pillow, and it seems to work well enough, even with you have your noise-canceling headphones on, which is all right. But I'll also say I ordered a bunch of weird ones as well, Like, look at this one. It's an inflatable. It's an inflatable dealie. It has like a cord, goes around like this, and you can sort of like do like this style or something, which I think is nice. Except that it's not really comfortable to use an inflatable like this like inflatable pillow type thing doesn't really work all that well as an actual headrest. I will say I am impressed with the way that these like blowy things work, where now you can just go like this, and you don't even have to like reseal it for it to stay in. It just opens when you blow air in and then closes after. And you don't even have to like rush to seal it, which is pretty cool. I'll say I guess like pool thingies must be really advanced now since the last time I looked, but I don't think it works very well as a pillow, at least in this form factor. I also tried one that was like marketed by Bear Grylls. And it was just like a pillow-shaped pillow. Which isn't bad, but I don't think is right. I don't think it's quite right. Jessica, again, you're up. Confirm. I don't think it's quite right. I don't really love the feel of it. But I do think it's great insofar as, like, you can really, you know, compress these things down real fucking small, which makes them really easy to pack. Like, if I wanted to just have a bunch of pillows I could deploy and not have to ask them for pillows, this would be the solution. This would be the way. But I don't know if that's really necessary. And they're fast to inflate, too. Okay, not really fast. I'm not gonna inflate it in front of you. I'm just gonna put it down. I also tried one that's just like a regular pillow. It just has like fluff in it. And it's kind of low-key small. And my impression with this one, which is like a camping pillow, is that, well, it doesn't compress quite as much as other pillows, right? It doesn't compress quite as much as other pillows. Also, it's not that comfortable. I would say it's pretty much the same comfort level as the little pillow that they give you in the flight, you know, and the plane. That's just like a little white pillow that has like a little thing around it. It's about that level, and if you're just gonna have that little pillow, why don't you just use the one that's on the plane already, rather than buying one? Finally, this is a ridiculous thing. Look at this. This is an inflatable pillow that is like the size of a man, of like your chest. It's like, if I put it on my lap here, it's about this big. Can I do a backflip? I don't believe I can. No. Hey, Antonio Hunt. Look how this thing works. I saw this on Amazon, and I was like, what the fuck is that thing? And I posted it to a Discord, and people were telling me, like, yeah, no, I know people who use that. Know people who use that. It's actually not bad. Let me zoom out a little more so you can see it. And what you do is you put it on your lap, and you go like this. See what I'm doing? There's a little hole in the front, and you put your head in it, like this. And you put your arms through holes in the side, like this. And you use it to sleep on the plane like this. I can't read chat now without my glasses, so if you're saying stuff, I'm sorry, I can't see. It's not bad. I think this is low-key not bad. Like, it's not that uncomfortable. And as far as, like, getting a solution that allows you to lean forward on a plane, like, this might be the best way. This might be low-key the best way to lean forward and have yourself be all tied up in a way that's, like, not too unnatural. And leaning forward might be more comfortable than leaning back, at least on a plane where pillows are scarce. And, of course, you can always just use your sweatshirt and ball it up like this. This is, you know, the natural pillow. I think sweatshirt beats several of those pillows. I think sweatshirt... Let's try it. Balled up correctly. I think Sweatshirt might be better than Bear Grylls. Might be better than Bear Grylls. Gives a little bit less support, but it doesn't feel weird, is a thing. And yeah, it's convenient because you don't actually have to bring anything extra. I'll be bringing a sweatshirt anyway for for anyway. The best pillow is a normal pillow. That might be true, but you can't really spare the space for a normal pillow. This one sort of has like a felty feel to it, but it does kind of smell like like an inflatable. You know what I mean? It kind of smells like an inflatable. But also, I think it's been inflated for like since Wednesday. I think the smell is kind of going away, so that's nice. So, for what it's worth, I'll return like all of these. I think. I'll think about this one. I'm not sure about this one. This one sounds like something I might like on a 13-hour flight. But maybe I'll just use my sweatshirt and the included plain pillow and be happy. Maybe that's fine. I don't see Jessica. Let's go ahead and immediately get back to the normal camera position. Let me go ahead and do sudden death for Jessica Shook. I like to, these days, recently, with Amazon, I'll just order a bunch of products of the same type and just try them all out and return all of them, which is usually okay, and usually, you know, they don't give me any stress. Sometimes you have to go to, like, the UPS to return it. You know, you have to go to, like, you can't go to Kohl's. You can only go to Whole Foods, something like that. And that's always annoying when they make you do that or print something out. But I will do it in order to try out as many things as I can. I don't think I can sleep in a plane or a car, neither. I will say the last time I was on a plane, I was really tired, and I was out of it for like most of the flight, I think. Like I was more sort of, I don't know that I really slept per se, more just sort of like drifted in and out of consciousness. But that's about as good as close to sleep that I had gotten, so I'll say I think that was pretty good. Pretty good for it. For like, me. And I'll say, like, with a 13-hour Japan flight, there will come a time where you want to rest your eyes and go, like, let me just, like, block out the whole world and just stare into this pillow for a while. You trust yourself way too much. Do you think you'll be safe sleeping in the car? Yeah. Well, you can't be driving. And if you're the flight, the pilot, you can't be doing it either. I'm not that. I'm a passenger. You understand? Cannot be more clear. What is this saying? I'm not... I haven't been looking. Haven't been reading. This says shine. Shines. Something about shines. I think it said like 2 years from now, 2016. 26. 2016 was 8 years ago. Level you posted is difficult, but it's the easy one of all the others. I guess we're going forward in time. That said 2027. Mario Sunshine 2. Oh, this is like a, when will Mario Sunshine 2 be? Type thing. Mario... PG2? Might be a learning curve. Trust the arrows. I will. Thank you for the level, Jessica Shook. I don't get quite what you were trying to put down there, but I like Mario Sunshine as well. Oh, it's the big Nintendo Direct. Ah, the reveals that'll be at the Nintendo Direct. Okay. So, yeah, Sunshine 2. That'll be announced for next year. I think it's mostly going to be games for this year at the Direct. So that'd be, I don't know, Metroid? Metroid? We want to say Metroid? Might be Metroid. Might be Mario? Might be Donkey Kong. I don't know what else could be there. Probably another port or two. Probably more ports. I would bet like 1 or 2 more ports for like the end of year. But, you know, with the Nintendo Switch 2 on the horizon, whatever it's going to be called, there's probably going to be saving some big release for that. Which I would bet would be Mario. 3D Mario. If there's a new 3D Mario, that's when it would be. Pooch the Run. Pooch on the Run. Believe you are up. Go ahead and say. Pooch on the Run. A lot of levels in queue tonight. It's a good problem to have. How about another card? New bad idea for pre-trip content. Going on this Japan trip situation. You know, tangent thread. I have an idea. For like yeah, check cats are coming up. I have an idea for what to do next. Or what let me try to back up. I have an idea for something that might be a stream. But I'm not sure if it's a good idea or not. But let's just I'll tell you about it, and then you can make your own decision. Make your own mind up. The idea is this. What if, like, a week or so before this trip, before I went off, I did a stream where I packed my bags. And that's the stream. It's just like, I take my laptop, I put it in the closet. It'd almost be like a half, like, test stream for the laptop to make sure it's ready to go right before the trip as well. But take the laptop, set it up in the closet, and basically be like, hey, let's go through and be like, okay, I need this many pairs of pants. Let's look through all the cool shirts that I have and decide on 10 of them. You know, I'd talk about like, okay, here's what I think as far as like how many of each item to bring. This many pajama pants, this many unmentionables, this many. I'm not going to show my unmentionables, but I'll, you know, say that they're from MeUndies, so you can go to MeUndies.com and see what they look like, I guess. You know, this many of this many of that, and, you know, what sort of considerations go into what else to pack. You know, I can go like, okay, well, in this bag, I put this stuff. I make sure to bring this and that, and as far as streaming goes, I'm going to need to bring a stream deck. I'm going to need to bring, like, a bunch of other stuff. You know, a microphone, that sort of thing. Would that be good content? I'm really not sure. But I feel like it'd be easy enough to structure. Like it'd be easy enough to talk about about all that stuff, and it'd be interesting at least when it got to the time of like, say, you know, some of that part would just be me like going through my process and being like, okay, it'd almost be like a hour-long what to bring video, right? Yeah, I've seen videos like that on YouTube where people talk like, okay, here's the essentials for what to bring. This would not be that. It would not be like that strictly planned. This would be more like me turning on the camera and then literally packing. And then eventually getting to a point where it's like, okay, for this bag, switch, this controller, need that, need cables, need, you know, I got my extra blocking headphones, put those in, whole bunch of crap. I don't see Pooch on the run, so let's get going into this. And when we got to the part where I was, you know, picking out shirts, at that point, chat input would be really cool, you know, like, hey, check out this shirt. What do you think? We probably need to revolve the next level after this was made by you. Excellent. Can't wait. We're on one try here. Pooch on the run, if you say something, that would help, but just, it's okay, there's a reset door. Ride the thing. Fuck. That went poorly. Whoopsie daisy. That was the wrong button to press at this point. Whoopsie daisy. There we go. Got the lightning round back up. Hit the wrong hotkey. There. Thank you, Pooch on the Run. We didn't do it. If you want to say something, now would be the time to. Or else we're going to go to Check Cat's level. I'll give you as long as it takes to take a drink real fast. As far as the packing thing, that's an idea I have. I think it'd be interesting to like go through all my shirts and go like, okay, how do I narrow down to 10? What process is involved? You know, would that be fun? Would that be a good idea? I don't know. That'd be in September though, so plenty of time to think about whether that's a good idea or a bad idea, and how worth doing that'd be. Like I've said earlier, do plan on, when I go to Japan for a couple weeks, having, like, one stream a week from there. And that'd be, like, viewer levels, and also me showing, like, photos and stuff, and talking about how the trip is going. And probably not as long as any of these streams, of course. A shorter length stream, given that it'll be, you know, I'll probably be tired. I'll probably be like, you know, I'll probably want to go to sleep so I can get up in subsequent morning and do touring, but definitely want to put a few hours aside each week to do a stream and have some fun there. I don't see Pooch on the Run, so let's go ahead and dismiss. Check Cats is up. What happened with the level you were currently playing? I died too many times. And the person wasn't there, so I had fewer lives. That's how it works, by the way. If you're not here when your level comes up, we do it in very nearly but not quite sudden death, where I only have 2 tries to beat the level. Simple. Simple. Consequence of poor attendance. I say poor attendance. I don't want to judge anyone for attendance or not. I'm just saying that, you know, we gotta prioritize the people who are present to some degree. Let's do it. It's just jumping on Paratroopas. Sorry, Paratroopas. Paratroopas? I guess they are the Koopa Troopas. Okay, we gotta be better about this than that. Let's pay attention here. And not worry about the nomenclature of Paracoopas versus Paratroopas. Is this timer tight, I ask you? It's not. Perfect. Beautiful. Very good. Very nice level Check Cats. I enjoyed it. Let me hit complete. And pull up the next one. Mr. Coco. Mr. Coco, please confirm. Mr. Coco, your level is up. Now's the time to say something. Anyway, let's do another card. I went on a 3.5-mile walk yesterday. I've been saying for a bit that since I moved, I haven't found time to, like, try out the local trails. You know, to find, like, a new trail that I'm gonna walk when I do walks. And since I got this big trip coming up, I sort of want to, like, ramp up my activity level. I will say, with the office now, I'm in, you know, doing a hybrid schedule. And the walk from the parking garage to the office place where I work, I am walking probably on average 2 miles a day, which, for what it's worth, is about as much as I was walking before my first trip to Japan, you know, on a daily basis. So, from some level, I feel like I'm not going to have, it's going to be, like, comparable to that. But on the other level, I do feel like I need to get some actual, honest-to-God, walking outside in before the trip so that I'm ready and like, in shape and ready to go as far as endurance goes. Of course, got several months until then, so, you know, got plenty of time. It was nice. It took a while to find like a good place to park, and like get out and get to the trail that I was looking to walk. But eventually, I did find a parking lot I could park in, and then walk over a bridge to get to the thing. And from there, I just had a really nice walk. It was beautiful out there. There was just like a great big, gigantic creek, probably bigger than any creek I've walked beside during like trail type stuff around here. It's beautiful. Cool bridges. Some nice water stuff. There was a part where you could walk onto like onto the river itself, kind of onto like the shale, which looked really nice. And also I saw a fairly good amount of animals. I've been told that's a heron right there. All of which was really nice and fun. I definitely should find time to do that again sometime. And hell, like I just went to a random point on the trail and then went like one direction. I could absolutely go the other direction instead. You know, do south instead of north. I don't know what's up with that thing, but let's go. Mr. Coco, we're doing in sudden death. You speak up. I'll have more attempts here, but we'll see if we can do it in sudden death. I need to keep the mushroom. I need to keep the mushroom there. Interesting design. It was a nice walk. Probably took around 2 hours. All told. And left me, feeling pretty good. Tired, but, you know, not, especially broken, I guess. It was interesting, you know. I originally, when I got out, I was like, I'm just gonna walk for a bit. Let me just walk for a bit, just like a little bit up and down. Instead, I just kept going until I, you know, saw like multiple intersections, you know, went under multiple bridges, in other words. Went under multiple roads, which each time was interesting, you know, just going under. It's dark, you can look up and you can see the road. One of them had a leaking pipe for some reason, which, go figure, don't know what was going on there, but whatever. Mr. Coco, I don't see you. Let's go ahead and dismiss. It's 9 o'clock. Next up is IKEA Bird. IKEA Bird, you are up. Let me hit next for you, so that IKEA Bird knows if IKEA Bird were to be watching chat. Go ahead and say something there. Now playing. Yada yada is a chill level. Cut off the part that's after the code this time. Odd. It's probably a good thing, all told, because we're seeing a lot of cases where people submit levels without the spaces in it, and everything but the first 3 letters would be cut off. Whatever. IKEA Bird. Say something now. I'll do another card. And see if IKEA says anything. I finished the postgame in the TTYD remake. Finished the postgame in the TTYD remake. Went really well. Really enjoyed. Oh, I got this deflated pillow at my feet. Stepped on it for a second. You forgot the 0. If you had a level in there before, do ! Replace for that, and then I'll sort you out. Check cats. I believe you weren't in there though, so that's fine. It's all good. Yeah, do replace and then the code. Replace and then the code. Or I can just know that the O is a 0. That's fine, honestly. Robbie Angel says dinosaur, dinosaur, dinosaur. Yeah, Robbie Angel is one thing. I don't see IKEA bird. I like IKEA, by the way. TTYT's post-game, they added some stuff, which I'm not going to spoil. But I will say, they did do a good job of making it exciting, making it challenging, and putting together some hitherto unseen, like, difficult enemies, the likes of which the original game did not have. Enemies that do a ridiculous amount of damage, and have some really creative, like, strengths / weaknesses that, can make you regret your choices. How about that? That's not good. But I think we'll be fine. This feels traditional. I think we'll be good. Not that many enemies here. Checkpoint refreshes our tries. Very nice. I think we'll be good now. I'm really impressed by the stuff that they added to TTYD. I think it's a nice amount of content. Not that much, but a good amount. I enjoyed looking at all the concept art, and being able to listen to the music is a very good addition to the game, considering how good the music is. It also sort of incentivizes getting 100% of everything, all the star pieces. I will say, going for the star pieces, it can be really annoying using Miss Mouse to, like, smell around, and she'll tell you, like, oh, there's something in this room, and then you'll find out, like, it's a coin or an item, and now I have to collect the item, and then it's gonna say, oh, you can't hold any more items. I have to throw it away and then wait until it disappears, and then I can ask her again, is there anything in this room? And she'll go like, no, not really. And I go like, ah, crap, that's just a waste of time to find this fucking item and then wait for it to disappear. Well, that's a load. But what are you gonna do? I suppose in the original place, you could always just use the fortune teller to tell you where the stars pieces are. And on the other hand, also, not sure that they originally intended you to be so anal retentive in finding all of them in the entire game. What's an example of a good Mario level instead of using effects or jumping on enemies? Using effects or jumping on enemies. Is that the criteria? You're talking about a level that, we completed it, by the way. We completed that level. That was a pretty chill level. IKEA bird. Right on the money there. Jamie Michael, you're up. I guess like a don't jump level is a level where you don't jump on enemies, so that one's cool. I don't know exactly what you mean. There's plenty of good levels based around like throwing stuff. I say plenty. Some based around throwing stuff or using projectile weapons or, you know, like a cannonball hat or something. I would say that there's plenty of good Mario levels that are like that. That is like the most like bread and butter thing though, jumping on dudes. Using effects though, I'm not sure what you mean. You mean like sound effects? I would say that most good Mario levels don't really use them that heavily. And in the actual Mario games, they don't use sound effects like at all. Obviously, like that's a Mario Maker special. Let me hit next for Jamie Michael. I'll say I don't have that many cards left. So we do have plenty of levels in the queue. Let's say close the queue after this level. Let's go ahead and start winding down here. Been about 3 hours so far. Maybe actually a little less. I was a little slow to start. Nice 3-hour stream sounds like a pretty good length. Sounds like a pretty good stream length to me. Really enjoyed a little extra that the TTYD remake had for me. And I think I'm pretty much done now. I could go and do the help center and do all those bonus missions, but they're not very interesting, and they never have been, so I don't think I will. And they don't have, like, other than Miss Mouse, they don't really have rewards that are worth it. I guess a couple of them have, like, access to minigames, which I do remember playing, so I definitely have done them in the past, but other than those ones, it's not all of the things. You didn't get to see all of that Summer Games announcement, and you might have already said, but what was your favorite announcement? I think the only one that really caught my eye, I didn't watch it. I just looked through a best of thing after. I think the thing that caught my eye was the Alan Wake DLC coming out tomorrow. But then I noticed it was the lake house, or it's not the lake house yet. Not the one that ties into Control. It's the one that ties into like the lake show thing, which isn't as interesting to me. That one. Jamie Michael, I'm just gonna play the level. If you want to confirm, any time is good. Just say the word and I'll convert what tries I have now over to regular lightning round style. That said, so long as we stay in the middle, I think we ought to be good. These hammer bros, their hammers don't go that far. How's Control tie into Alan Wake? Same world. And the Control is like about a government bureau that does like paranormal stuff. And there is the implication that, oh geez, another boss fight. They have like a they're like mentioned in the main game briefly. I say they're mentioned. They literally appear, but there's a whole bit about a outpost of theirs. I won't go into much further details, but suffice to say, that outpost is probably a DLC level that I am very curious about because I love the Control's like bureaucracy. I'm curious to see like how exactly that ties in. Well, that was easy. Having the shell there really shortcutted it. I think the intent was to do this, which I ended up having to do anyway because these guys are kind of in the way. I mean, hey, that's a fun boss fight right there. That's a fun boss fight, not too hard, but also gives you a reasonably good amount of options. You can use power blocks, you can use items, you can jump on them, you could steal a shoe and do it that way. That's just perfectly good. It's a little bit, looks like just, you know, oh, it's made with JapGBT. Huh. How do you do that for Mario Maker? It does look like an AI made it. That's, or like a little Timmy, but like a reasonably like learning to be a not little Timmy. You know what I mean? Like somewhere between like still taking in some of that like you know, initial spark of chaos, but making it in a pretty well composed level that is pretty straight laced for the most part. I'm gonna hit complete, and this one was submitted by me earlier because there was a viewer that couldn't figure out, or I say couldn't figure out, that didn't add it themselves. Maybe I should just let that slide when that happens versus just doing it for them, but I don't know. I kind of don't mind doing that if all else fails. I'm not sure I can scroll up the chat high enough to see when I added it. Yeah, there's been oh, it was Nico 2D's Craft. 2DS Craft. Nico 2DS Craft. That is you? You should say something. Is you are up. But also I'll say let's do last call. Folks, it's time for last call for levels. I'm gonna play a couple of my own levels, show you what kind of levels that I make, and then we will end this. We will close the queue and do the 6 levels or however many there are by the time that the queue closes, and you know, finish it up. What's a good theme? Rocky Wrench. Rocky Wrench levels. We saw a Rocky Wrench level earlier on, and that sort of gets at the heart of, you don't see that many Rocky Wrenches. Let me think about what levels I've used Rocky Wrench in, if I can fucking find any, and then we'll go through those. I think it might be just one, but don't quote me on that yet. This has no Rocky Wrench. Nope. I'm sort of trying to think in my head if I remember a Rocky Wrench in any of these. I think Rocky Wrenches might be exclusive to, like, my Super World. I don't know that I used a Rocky Wrench in any level until I did the Super World. Kind of weird in retrospect, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Rocky Wrench, they're a hard-to-use enemy, and their wrench is really small and hard to see. Very annoying enemy as far as enemies go. I think the first one that I used Rocky Wrench in was... Well, this one's in the thumbnail, so there you go. Was this one, Pirates Peak 4, Bitter Boatyard. Honestly, we'd have more results if we went with, like, big mushroom levels, actually. Which is a perfectly good theme for one of these, like, last call segments, actually. You can tell, also, regular moles play a part. In this one, they're the kind of Rocky Wrenches that sometimes jump off the ground. Figure that'd be good for multiple reasons. One, it slows them down a bit. Bonus, you can get up there if you want, but let's just play it normal style. It slows them down for a bit, makes them a little bit less of a threat, and also means you can do stuff like this. Bop! Hit him with the spike hat. I wonder if they're all the flying kind in this level. They might be. I forget. Maybe I should try to get some Rocky Wrenches in one of the current Preamble levels. That wouldn't be a bad idea for, like, how little I've used them, honestly. After this point, you go beneath the stage, and, beneath the first part, and, now you're Big Mario, and you have to deal more with, like, breaking up of the stage. My idea here with this level was to make it so that it felt like, you know, sort of like a bull in a china shop, you know, just busting up the whole level as you go. It's part of the appeal, part of the fun. Of course, you could just take a hit and not deal with that. I'll count this for, like, last call style. But I think it's more fun if you do have to deal with it. And you do just, you know, carry on with the full power-ups. Fuck. And of course, even if you lose, like, even if you were to lose the Big Mario, the spike helmet also destroys things, so also an option for that sort of thing. Jump off these guys. Those guys just sort of, you know, whatchamacallit. These guys would split up into enemies and be kind of annoying. But because this is your big Mario, they just get killed. Which I think is a nice to use. I was told that it was weird that there wasn't a final use for Big Mario. Like, there wasn't a thing that you could get with Big Mario or Spiked Mario. Take that into advisement, but I kind of like the ending as is, where you just sort of bust through a few last things and get some coins in the process, rather than, you know, a big coin. Next up is, everyone's in there. You're in there. I guess the other one that I can think of is Pirates Peak 5, which uses a, it's basically a level with 3 mini-bosses, and it uses one of them as, one of them is a Rocky Wrench. We'll do that one first, I guess. Obviously, as you can see, you can do them in any order you please. Coins to help indicate which ones you haven't done. That said, this one is really more of a Lakitu boss fight. Truth be told. Like, you're dealing with stuff raining down on you, but also the things raining down on you are the things you need to work with to, get the way forward and bust his ass. And the spike helmet is, of course, perfect for, this scenario here. Do the bomb. Second here. This one, the challenge is to keep the thing enough times. And also, like, these, moles start coming at you in slow motion. If you lose the spike hat, it becomes a little more difficult. But the important thing is that the important thing to me designing this was not just to make them all interesting, but was just make them all very doable in 20 seconds. The idea was like to make them about as long as your average speedrun level. Sort of a speedrun boss fight, rush. You know, you're fighting multiple of them. But you can do them all very quickly. Finally, you drop that guy, a thing on his head. Now you're ready to go to the ending. This world had a really high concept, which was to say half mountain, half pirate, sort of like a port for airships, of like airship Pirates Peak, where the pirates come in and they harbor their boats, since they're airboats, and it's easier to build a port really high in the air on a mountain. High concept, but it works. Are there any other rocky wrenches in this whole super world? Let me look and think, and I think the answer is no. They're just a difficult enemy to work with, and it just hasn't come up again. I'll think about it as an option for my next level, which I need to start tinkering with more. I've tinkered with a bit recently, like off stream, but not to the point where it's like anywhere near ready to go. Maybe I could do them on rails or something so they don't go into the thing. They're not like stealth ones. They just have projectiles to throw at you. That's an idea that I can flesh out later. I'll just pop them onto a rail or something for now, so I remember that. Need to tinker with it more. And probably need to just start, like, actually building actual segments. You know, that'd be the thing that maybe would get it kicked off, really. Is if I actually made some stuff that I thought would ended up in the level. Rather than crap that's just like, yeah, I'm just tinkering with the feel. Trying to get a feel for, like, how these icicles are going to work. How best to use them. I want pokies to be a big part of it. Whether they're, like, just in big rows or if they're parachuting down. I'll show you the thing. Hang on. I made, like, a... I was messing around with this the other day. I didn't show this. Messing around with some timing and stuff. First off, messing around with a bunch of just like, how would it feel like to have a whole bunch of, okay, the icicles took care of them. Would it be cool to have like a bunch of missiles coming at you? And also like setups like where these guys parachute down, they sort of end up on different trajectories and, you know, end up being guys to jump over. Is that a little bit flashy? Is that a little bit fun? This is where my current experiments are for this level. But also, it's still very early, and yeah, definitely a lot to consider in general. This is a World 8 level, so it probably should be hard. Probably shouldn't be afraid to use the harder things. Yeah, you're still in queue, Mizu. Kitsune. Let's go ahead and close the queue. That's enough for last call. And the person submitted this, who I submitted on their behalf, isn't here, so we'll do it sudden death style. That's just only fair to those who have been waiting and being at attention and ready to go. You know, I know that if you end up, you know, struggling to submit it to me properly, you might also not understand that you need to be here for me to play it, but, and, you know, I can't put your, it's harder to at you when your name isn't attached to it. This is weird. Doot. That's right, Doot indeed. What's going on here? Oh, Lord. Huh? Okay, the lava will kill us if the Bowser doesn't. What the fuck can we do about that Bowser, though? We definitely have to abandon that platform. Not much, I don't see a way around. I can still get through. No, I can't. Thank you for the level, whoever it was. Something. Sorry for forgetting the name, but, you know, it's not down there. It's not saved. Thank you for the level, Nico's 2DS Craft. I appreciate it. That's an interesting thing. But we weren't able to get through it because we didn't have enough tries. I think maybe 5 would have been enough. Who can say? Hit dismiss. That's how it goes if you're not present. Winston, S, you are up. I'm going to put next in chat. And also, I'm going to do another card. Still haven't been playing Marvel Snap. After 1.5 years, I might delete the app. Lock-in being out. So, Marvel Snap, very good live game. I've been in it for like a year and a half, and I'm sort of reached my end. I'm burnt out, and I'm ready to not be playing it every day. If I had to say a main problem, I wouldn't say it was monetization. Honestly, I think the monetization has been low-key fine. But the way that the daily quest in that game works is that every day you get like a full assortment of them, a full allotment of them, 6. 6 daily quests to do every day. And you can't wait until the next day or else you're wasting them. You know, you have to clear them once a day. You get them like 3 times a day. If you're really like on top of them, you might be playing like multiple hours every day, like in the morning, at nights, a whole 9 across the entire day. And, you know, while in the early days it was easy, fun to keep on doing that, in recent months I've found myself less and less inspired to create new decks. Less and less. I already beat this one. Winston. So I'll pick out a different one. You're still standing 3 hours in? Fantastic, Check Cats. I've sort of just reached my limit with that, as I have done with many live games, other live games in the past. And though I have kept up with the content treadmill for a while, I gotta admit to myself now, it has slowed down to the point where it's not worth keeping up with. It's not worth keeping up with. It's not worth, let's choose one here. Choose this one. I'll put the lights to 2. Lightning round style, or sudden death style. I'm tired. I'm done, basically, and I'm sort of struggling to fill that hole, considering that I did play a lot of it every day, basically whenever I had a minute, whenever I have time. And now, I don't necessarily know what I'm gonna do with that time that I get back. But I'll think of something, I'm sure. Think of something. Oh, it's not like I don't have many things that I need to get around to. The question is that, though, how many of those things fit into the time that I was using to play a 3-minute game, phone game that I could play at any time I pleased. Though, it was heavily encouraged that you played. Heavily encouraged that you played on a daily basis. I think the thing that comes down to me is just the fact that it expected you to play it daily just made it really damn stressful. Damn stressful to play every day and to keep up with. And basically after every stream, oftentimes I'd have to be like, oh crap, I gotta do my Marvel Stand before bed, or else I'm gonna be losing quests. And that just doesn't feel good. It was a good, I think I will say, I don't dislike the game. I still love the game. And for a game I spent like a year and a half with, I think that should go without saying. And I think that's true of every live game that I have abandoned and dropped throughout the years. But I'm ready to not be playing it. When is the next stream of this? It's gonna be next Friday. I do these every Friday. I do other streams on Tuesday, and I'm gonna do like a watch the Xbox press conference stream live when the Xbox press conference is going on Sunday. Look for that. Let me hit dismiss, Winston. Thank you for the level. Jack 5640. Let me hit this so you know, Jack. Jack, if this is you, please say so. I got another card here about games I've been playing. I've been playing a bunch of random games recently. A bunch of random games randomly. I did like a full playthrough of like Minish Cap Rando off stream. I've said for ages that randomizers are actually really good for like podcast type games to play while you're watching like a stream or something, and I stand by that. And to the point where not every time I do a randomizer, doesn't have to be an on-stream thing. And indeed, I went through Minish Cap Rando whilst making myself get every dungeon done, and with key sanity too, so the keys could be everywhere. Took like 5 hours to do. Not bad at all. Like 5.5, I think, to do all the dungeons, and key sanity, rupee sanity, and I think I got basically every major item along the way. I also have done some Rivals of Aether randomly as I do, and Mario Land. I did some Mario Land because that got into to Game Boy Online, and yeah, I think Mario Land is as rough as I thought it was during the last year's July 4th stream, but it really helps when you can just fucking rewind every time you die and every time the physics fuck you over. That really helps to make it a lot more tolerable. You think Yoshi's Island GBA is way harder to complete than SNES 1? I'll say before I talk about Yoshi's Island that I did try a little bit of Mega Man 1 for the Game Boy. Not, I'll say, like, I went into every stage, or 3 of the stages, and found, like, okay, 1 uses the blinking blocks. Okay, that is the most annoying thing from Mega Man. So, woo-hee. Then I went into another stage that had, like, the thing where the guy... There was, like, a thing that came down and shot a bunch of shots at you. That was kind of annoying, and you couldn't jump high enough to get to it. So it's like, okay, I don't want to do this level either. And I tried a 3rd level, and wasn't that bad, but I was just like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll stick to the regular Mega Man rather than these GB versions. Good to have for like preservation though. I'm not seeing Jack. Let's just go sudden death style. For Yoshi's Island, I have been saying recently that I wanted to try it out. Maybe. I've talked about the stream that I'm planning for July 4th. Last year, I did a stream where I played a bunch of random, Oh, this is an interesting one. I guess we need to just hit every... Okay, this'll be a long one, not a short one. Mega Man in the Game Boy is so unpredictable, you literally died on your first level because you didn't know what to do. Yeah... It, feels alright. It feels, like, better than Mario Land, I'll say, but it's not quite up to the standard of, like, Mega Man. Let's just continue to the right to left. From middle to right. And then we'll go to the ones on the left after. Oh, good. They're, like, more reasonable mini-games after the first one. It's not just the wind every time. This is fun, actually. Okay. I thought it would just be, every room would be identical. I don't know why I thought that. That was a silly thought. Clearly, a lot of work has gone into each of these rooms being very unique. Which I think is cool, actually. Left to right, middle to right. Did I say right to left? I meant left to right. I didn't want... I honestly thought it might be hard to tell which rooms I hadn't done. But clearly that's not the case, so I can just do it in any order I please. Honestly. I don't know why this thing was... This fire is here. Like you don't really need it. I'll say as far as Yoshi's Island, right? I've been planning this stream for, planning another July 4th stream. Last year, I did a stream on July 4th where I played a bunch of random 2D Mario games. Literally, I spun a wheel, and I played whatever Mario game that landed on, and I used as many shortcuts and tricks as I could to get through them as fast as I could, and I completed 8 of them in that like 10-hour stream, basically. And I'm doing that again this year with the games that I didn't get to. You know, the Mario games that I didn't get to. I have been considering adding a few. Obviously, Wonder came out this year. Wonder is a little bit long. It's like maybe, I don't know, it's probably going to be like 4 or 5 hours long, I would guess. And I have been thinking, like, should I also add Yoshi's Island? And basically the other day what I was basically doing was just trying to just rush through the levels and just see, like, how fast can Yoshi's Island be done if I just, like, ignore the collectibles, play the game as I have never done before. Just do it literally any % style. And what I found is, like, okay, basically every world takes around maybe 40, 45 minutes, casually, you know, not necessarily knowing where I always have to go. So, a full game of that, 45 times, like, 6, that's what, 4.5 hours? I sort of did the math before the stream, if you're wondering how quick I got that figure. It turns out, if you multiply any like, time number by 6, there's 16 minutes in an hour, so you can just half it, and that's the amount of hours there are. Half the... Wait, no. You just take the number of... Wait, how the fuck do you do this? Oh, we probably just ground pound on it. Let me get a mushroom before I do that one. Was it blue? Anyway, just basically played through the entire game last night while I was watching some videos. I say the entire game. I had a file in that Game Boy Advance Online that was basically already at World 4, and I started from there and just ran through the levels as fast as I could without stopping to get any collectibles or anything. It was an interesting way to play the game. It turns out some levels can be really fast if you're just like jamming through them. But there are a lot of levels that's not the case, and you really need to go through the whole puzzle of each level before you find the way. Mostly the boss levels, the dungeons, are labyrinthine and are like challenges to just get to the next location, to get through them, to get to the next door, all that. Which I think would make it an ill choice for the 4th of July stream, unfortunately. That said, I do think a perfectly fine choice would be Yoshi's Story, considering you could do Yoshi's Story, like, really fast. What did the dog do? You mean the chain chomp? You mean the chain chomp? Dog. I don't follow you. Check cats. Chain chomps are dangerous. You gotta take care of them. There we go. Got the timing here. Well, he was trying to eat me, and also it's a chain chomp, not a dog. I guess chain chomps are like dogs. But, you know, not really. Anyway, Yoshi's Island. I kind of stand by my opinion of it, which is just that, I don't know. I kind of think that, the best way to do, like, a platformer is more run and jump style. Is more just with optional collectibles rather than collectibles you really are pressured into getting and you really feel like you can't not get. Like, that is, to me, just the best way to go about it. But, Yoshi's Island is okay. I wish that... you know what I hate about Yoshi's Island, really? Besides the collectible thing, and you have to replay it entirely if you miss one thing. If you really hold yourself to that. I hate having to go get Baby Mario. When you get hit and you have to go like, Baby Mario's going over there. I have to go back. I have to backtrack now to go get Baby Mario. That sucks. I hate that. If there's a mod where Baby Mario just stays on your back and you instead have a life system, I would be into that mod. It's like, that's probably like the one thing, really, realistically, that Yoshi's Story does better. Objectively, does better. But also, I think I do like Yoshi's Story a bit more. We'll do Yoshi's Story and Mario Wonder. Those will be added to the roulette and whatever games I didn't finish during the last one. Hey, Double 420. He was currently closed, but I could let you in. I don't mind letting in, you know, someone who hasn't been here tonight. Let me hit dismiss on this one. You interested? Get ready, Double, okay? Get ready. Tell me when you're ready, and I will open it for you, okay? Next level is... Oh, I gotta get the next level up. Robbie Angel. Robbie Angel is up next. Robbie Angel chatted like a few levels ago. Think Robbie Angel might be ready to go. Hey, there you are, Robbie Angel. Perfect. By the way, again, no one but Double get one in. No one but Double add one right now. I'll say, in general, I'm sort of right now looking for something to play. Now that I've finished TTYD, and especially now that I'm not doing Marvel Snap so much, I would kind of low-key like something that I can play idly, just whenever I have a moment. And something I can play while I'm watching like a nice fun video, that sort of thing. I don't really have anything that jumps to mind. Nothing's really, like, clicking. And, you know, while I might just play some Mario Brothers 3 or something, the Game Boy Advance version, I don't know what I'm gonna play. I don't really have any big ideas for what I should be playing in my downtime these days. Maybe just now is the perfect time to start making some Mario again and start having that be my go-to podcast game. My go-to game to watch while watching a YouTube or a movie is just doing some making. Think about it. Think about it. Let's do it. Robbie is here, so it'll be full contingent of lives. All that. I have played Dread. Yeah, I played Dread. Loved it. I want to do Metroid Dread Randomizer at some point. I will say, the one thing that's maybe, like, giving me second thoughts is that there's not, like, a map tracker for that, so I would have to know the game really well. And, get good. What the hell is going on here? Are these different rooms? Okay, let's try to keep track. That's definitely an idea I have for, like, the next randomizer. But also, I'm concerned, like, just knowing things. Just about, like, how do I know things? You think you've learned it pretty well? Oh, have you done the randomizer or something? Anything of that sort? Timeless? Maybe I should give it a casual replay off stream. Maybe I should give it a casual replay off stream sometime. Oh, okay, so once I do that, it spawns this guy who can let you out. Maybe I should do a casual replay of that off stream, and that would help, and that would help me prepare for a randomizer of it. Oh, we probably have to unleash this, which will be the P-switch. The P-switch will be over here. Definitely want to check that out. Oh, maybe I'll do that, yeah. It's been a while since I played it casually. And I did the regular mode and I did the hard mode as well. Once. I've done both things. And it's fun either way. It's a fun game, It's a fun game, hard or easy. I think I'll do normal if I do it again. We'll do that off stream. That sounds like a fun time. And we'll help prepare for a randomizer of it. Getting all prepared and getting an idea of, like, where all the stuff is. Hey, ProVix8. The queue is closed right now, but if you want to get one in, let me know. And I'm open to reopening it for you. New viewer and all. Honestly, these days, I'm open to anyone who hasn't gotten one in tonight. Though, that can tend to make the stream go long, so maybe I should be judicious about that, but I don't know. It feels nice to be nice. Completed. Thank you for the level, Robbie Angel. Mizu Katsune, you are up. It's been a while, Mizu. Very good. Go ahead and send... Oh, you already did. GG. You said GG. You're the one talking about Metroid Dread. Fantastic. In the YouTube chat. Provix, let me know if you want me to reopen and I'll reopen it for you. Not going to do it proactively in case you're just here to watch and have a good time. Let me know, though. Let me know. All you have to do is say the word. For Provix, says Double. Provix has to say. There's no need to reopen. If Provix is like, no, I'm good, thank you. I'm just here for the good times, you know, the watching the thing, hearing what the streamer has to say. You're just watching? Fantastic. Perfect. Here's another card. I'll do another card. You think there'll be another Star Wars movie? You think there'll be another Star Wars movie? Been thinking this recently. They just started another Star Wars television show. And I haven't watched like any of the Star Wars television show other than The Mandalorian first season, which was pretty good, but not enough where I wanted to see like season 2 or any of the other shows, honestly. I'm not a big show watcher. I haven't seen like any of the Marvel shows. Always gonna be another movie? You say that, but since like the incredible flop of Rise of Skywalker, which by the way I've been like watching a bunch of Red Letter Media, rewatching a bunch of Red Letter Media, watching like I rewatched the review of that back when it came out, and oh boy, that was a bad movie. It's interesting to look back on that now, like 5 years later. 5 years later? How long ago was that? Was that like 2 years? When was that? Shit, when was Rise of Skywalker? Rise of Skywalker... Was that during the pandemic? Rise of Skywalker. 2019. Okay, yeah, that was 5 years ago now, yeah. Why ended on a flop? Well, they're afraid of more flops, and the TV shows are working out. The only thing that I feel like is lacking is that they probably should eventually... Double just played your level? Gotcha. Fuck!
No.
We gotta do a long jump. They're definitely preparing for a redemption. I hope so. I hope they have ideas, and they're coming up with, like, what the new trilogy should be. And they're planning ahead this time. You know what I mean? I hope they're planning ahead. They're preparing, and they're going to actually...
Oh no.
This is the lightning round, by the way. It's a whole thing. I hope they're planning and, like, actually thinking, like, what should the first movie be about? What should the second movie be about? If we set something up in the second movie, what's the answer gonna be? Rather than just trying to figure it out as they go and making a huge fucking sloppy mess. We're on our last life. Fuck!
Oh no.
I was gonna say we could still do it, but little late for that. Little late for that. Very good. That's a great level. We weren't able to get through it in 5 tries, as per the constraints of the lightning round. Thanks for putting it in there. Really enjoyed it. Next one is gonna be one you created. Everyone needs to think like that when making series, movies, and games. Yeah, sure, yeah. Have something in mind for the next thing, if you want to do a next thing. Then again, I don't mind when something is one and done, and then they have to sort of like, you know, improvise into a next thing, but everyone knows that when a trilogy is started, and you say it's a trilogy, that you're gonna make more movies. The least you can do is plan a little bit ahead, have an outline at least, know who the villain is gonna be for the whole thing, and build up to it. And not retcon wildly. I wonder what they're gonna do. They're not gonna pull in any of the old characters. Finn, Poe, those actors are done with Star Wars. You know, there's a clip in an interview where one of them says like, where the guy who plays Finn says, "Oh, they're not gonna Disney Plus me. I'm not gonna be Poe again. No, I'm out." They had a bad experience, a bad time with this whole thing, so it's just gonna be new characters, and I hope they have, like, an original idea. I hope they... Honestly, if they could do something fresh and exciting with Star Wars in movie form, that'd be great. I'm definitely the sort of person who would rather watch, like, one movie every 3 years than a million shows every year. That to me is just a lot more manageable as far as live-action entertainment goes. I guess I should say, like, with anime, it's the reverse, and I'd rather have a million seasons of anime than any amount of anime movies, just because of how weird they are to release anime movies, and how convenient it is to watch, anime shows, simulcast style, not dumped all at once, you know, on a weekly basis, because they release them week by week, but I guess it'd be silly to get into the minutia of, like, why those two things are different to me, and why you know, why on one side I prefer to watch movies, Marvel and Star Wars, prefer movies, and won't bother with the million billion shows that they release that you in theory would have to keep up with to keep up to date. Whereas with the other one, I'll do the other thing. Whatever. Level completed. Yay! Check Cats is up next. Check Cats is here. You are correct. This is a level that you created. This is the last card also. Will Star Trek ever be as it was before? Also thinking about Star Trek, I'll say. Considering that, I've been rewatching a lot of Red Letter Media stuff. Red Letter Media Store got its start by reviewing a bunch of Star Treks, and then, more famously, a bunch of Star Wars movies. And in particular, I just watched a bunch of videos that they did over the last, couple of years ago, where they rated their top, we're like, what's his name? Rich Evans and Mike. They did Mike's Closa. Not sure how I'm probably butchering it. Mike, they did their top 10 Star Trek The Next Generation episodes, and that was really interesting and really fun to watch and think back on, like, how, Star Trek was back in the day. And I'll admit, like, I haven't seen every episode of Next Generation or even the original series. For me, my favorite Star Trek is Voyager, and I've seen every episode of that. But with Next Generation and Deep Space Nine, I just used like a episode guide made by now canceled fella Max Temkin back in the days where he wasn't canceled to watch it. So I guess that what that also means is it's been like a long time. Like Max Temkin was canceled like, how long ago was Max Temkin canceled? He's the Cards Against Humanity guy, and he turned out to be a horrible boss who abused his workers. And he could not walk away from that without resigning and exiting the podcast game. What is this? Is this a tight timer? Oh yeah, there was a whole bunch of stuff with Max Temkin a couple years ago. This is not a tight timer. He's the guy who was like one of the boss of Cards Against Humanity, and he got canceled like, I guess it was around the time of the Me Too movement, so whenever that was. It was sort of like part of that. But anyway, that's how I watched them back in the day, like 5-10 years ago, and I haven't watched anything but Voyager since. So I probably really should give the episodes of Next Generation that I didn't do last time a try, do the whole series, including the bad first season, maybe. And I think that would maybe be very interesting. And of course, as far as the question goes, the actual question I put on the actual card. I didn't put on the actual card like, hey, I'm thinking about watching the old shows again. What I actually put is, will it ever be the same? And that sort of ties into something that isn't related to Red Letter Media, which is that my folks recently got access to Paramount Plus, or whichever one has the Star Trek on it. They got that. I'd say they got that. My sister got that. My parents got the login. And now I am thinking to myself, like, well, I ought to get the login too real fast, and then I can watch all the Star Trek that I want again. And won't that be nice? And also The Office. Is The Office on that one? Paramount? I'm not sure. Whichever one it's on, I should get the password and watch some Star Trek. And I'll say like I now then have access to all the new shows, but I don't know. Everything I've heard about the new shows make them sound so unappealing. There was a great part in that Red Letter Media video that I described watching earlier, where Mike sort of did a whole list, just like a tangent, right? Where he was listing all the different kinds of episodes of Star Trek, The Next Generation, right? Like, okay, there's episodes where they deal with anomalies. There's like a romantic type episodes. There's like fun episodes where they do like a slice of life thing. There's like moral quandaries where there's something there's like a huge moral quandary to work out that's really complicated and fiddly, you know, where the answer is not immediately clear. There's like you know, basically a whole long list of archetypes of episodes which you immediately go like, oh yeah, I know that kind of episode. Yeah, that's great. Communication. Like, oh, they have to figure out how to communicate with an alien species. That's fun. A first contact type episode. That's fun. And then after that, they gave a list of like the episode types of Star Trek Discovery. Number 1, violence. There's no number 2. There's no number 2 type of episode for Star Trek Discovery, according to that funny bit, which made me laugh. Like, oh geez, yeah, that's sort of the problem with modern Trek, which is just that it all comes down to violence. That's the main type of episode. But maybe that's different of like Lower Decks. But then again, I find Lower Decks to be like aesthetically unappealing. I don't like the way that it looks like cheapo Rick and Morty. I don't like that at all. And also I have my doubts about Picard. Picard sounds like it's mostly just another example of super violent Trek that is more like the movies. What's better to watch, Star Trek or Star Wars? I mean, I think new Star Wars might be better than new Star Trek. I say this having not watched any of the shows. Wait, did I watch? No, I didn't watch. I was about to say, like, did I watch one of the Star Wars show and forget about it? The one that was super realistic and grounded? And then I remembered, no, I watched Red Letter Media's review of it. No, I didn't actually watch it myself. I just got the plot points digested to me by Red Letter Media. I watch a lot of Red Letter Media. I like them a lot. I don't watch all of their stuff. Like, if they're talking about a B-movie I've never heard of, I'm not really that interested in it. But, like, I really am endlessly curious about Star Trek. And, you know, if I've seen a movie, and they have too, I'd love to hear their opinions on it. This jump is giving us all sorts of trouble. I'll say, by the way, a timeout counts for as many lives as we start with, here. Which, when did we lose 2 lives? When did we really legitimately lose 2 lives here? Or did I forget to reset the lives? Because this seems like kind of getting over a style. I don't know how those 2 lives got lost. Keep me honest if I'm fucking up. I died twice? Okay, good. Thanks for being honest. Hey, checkpoint refreshes our lives. What is this, though? Okay. I'm tempted to do a reset to reset our lives, but let's just go forward and see what happens. This looks like it's perfectly doable in a short amount of time. I'll say, at this point, it's been long enough since I saw the original Star Treks, where I think just rewatching them would be plenty valuable. I don't really need to dip into the actual new ones. I would say, new Star Trek is worse, maybe, than new Star Wars, especially if you're just comparing, like, TV show to TV show. Okay, new TV shows, Star Trek versus new TV shows, Star Wars. I think Star Wars has the edge. People seem very, very complimentary about all the Star Wars shows, at least some of them, whereas I hear a lot of shit about the Star Trek shows that make me not even be a little bit interested in watching them. I'm a little bit interested in checking out, like, you know, the show that everyone says is really good. And what's it? Who remembers? It's about the guy from Rogue One, that guy. I think. Right? And there's a new one. They say it's alright as well. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to checking out those, but the Star Trek ones make me go like, oh my god, they're... Why are they ruining the original show like this? The canon. Picard, he was the enlightened one. And now he's like the action man at 80 years old, 80, 90 years old? That's, wow, that sounds wrong. That sounds like a mistake. I guess it's what the people want. Guess it's what the people want. As far as, like, Star Wars movies versus Star Trek movies, recently, I would say that new Star Wars movies are worse than new Star Trek movies. I would say that, like, Star Trek to Star Trek, Star Trek Beyond, and maybe even Into Darkness are better than the new Star Wars movie, that trilogy, pound for pound. Into Darkness might be worse than the best of those three original trilogy, might be worse than Force Awakens, but pound for pound, all in all, I think the Star Trek movies are better on that level. As far as the original trilogy versus the 6 Star Trek movies, it's gotta be the Star Wars movies. Those Star Trek movies. Let me get up the next level. It's Double. Double, you're up. Double just said, hey, emote thing. Perfect. Or at least a level ago. That's close enough for me. That's close enough for me. And also is here. Perfect. Thumbs up, dude. I think as far as like the original trilogy of Star Wars movies versus the 6 Star Trek movies, 3 of the Star Trek movies are very good, but 3 of the Star Trek movies are not very good. So, you know, I guess if you compared, like, including the prequel trilogy, I think I still edge towards Star Wars. Like, but also it feels unfair to feel, you know, the Star Trek movies are more contemporaries of the original Star Wars movies than they are of the reboots of the prequel trilogy, so feels weird to lump them like that. But if I were to lump them like that, I would say that Star Wars has an edge as far as movies go. I guess if we were directly comparing, like, the original shows versus the original Star Wars, I'd probably edge towards Star Wars. But, you know, there's a lot more Star Trek than there is of Star Wars, and, you know, there is a value for something that you can just watch an episode of, you know, and be watching for the next month or two, right? Versus something that you watch and then it's done in a single night, which is what Star Wars is. Even with as many movies as it has, I guess it also has, like, a bunch of TV shows now as well. Even with as much movies as it has, you can't really be watching Star Wars for like a months on end. But you can absolutely do that with Star Trek. And, you know, your hit rate will vary. Some episodes will be bad. And I'll say, like, I'm not really into the original series that much. But Next Generation, I think, is lovely. It's fun. Voyager, I really love. First, it takes a while to heat up, but it gets there. There's fantastic shit. Anything after 7 of 9 is wonderful. For Southflower Road, you got it. Anything after 7 of 9's entry is fantastic in Voyager. And for Deep Space Nine, it was ahead of its time as far as, like, procedural television that tells an ongoing story. But it's quite... I feel like it is rough in a lot of ways as well. So I'd probably give it, like, a good... I'd rather rewatch Deep Space Nine than try out any of the other shows. I'll say that much. And there's some really goddamn good Deep Space Nine stuff. I do think it kind of gets into the like, eventually it's just like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. It gets into the... It's ahead of its time in that it does the Netflix style before Netflix. Before there was streaming media. But at the same time, it suffers from all the problems that sort of stuff does, where one episode blends into the next, and it just becomes a big blur of just war. It's a war. It's a war for like 3 seasons, with some slice of life stuff mixed in occasionally. I would say watch both. Watch everything. You don't have to choose. If you're looking for something to watch, just like a little bit of a night, Star Trek is your fantasy fix. If you're looking to watch a movie,
Oh no!
start with the Star Wars. The movies in Star Trek are more of a after course.
Oh no!
That said, I do think that the original, I mean, you know, I say after course. I don't really like the original series that much, but I like the original series movies, at least 3 of them, really a lot. So I guess
Oh no!
it's hard to boil things down perfectly. I do think they work. Honestly, I like the
Oh no!
the original series movies more than I like the Next Generation movies. At least the 3 that are good.
Oh,
The
no.
evens. Oh crap, I died really fast there. Sorry, maybe I should have paid. I feel like I paid plenty of attention. I just jumped badly there. Well, damn, that's a stream. That's a level. Let me pull it all down because we are done for tonight. Folks, that's the end of the stream. I prepared the perfect amount of cards for I closed the queue at the perfect time. It turns out to end with just the right amount of cards. I'm gonna adjust that green screen thing so when the camera moves when I move up, you don't see any green screen behind me. I'm probably going to make it like pretty low so that only like this part of the shirt is free from effects. I don't need to wear yellow shirts on stream. Maybe eventually I can find a better way to chroma key it, but till such time as that's the case. You would think, like I'm gonna go up for a bit, you would think that a computer could tell the difference between this green and this yellow, but it struggles. Come on, computer. Come on, you should know that this is yellow, this is green. Chroma that out. Don't chroma this out, but what are you gonna do? Algorithms are weird. Math is weird, I guess, when dealing with color. Let me pull up the old schedule. We're gonna do a Sunday stream this weekend. Gonna watch the Xbox Games Showcase. I do not plan to watch the Black Ops 6 part on account of I haven't played a Black Ops game or a Call of Duty game since before they were good. So, you know, not really a thing that really interests me. I guess I'll say since it will be on Game Pass, I will try it eventually, but a lot of games will be on Game Pass, and I'll try a lot of games. I don't need to watch a presentation to explain what's different about it this time. It's weird, I guess, having a Microsoft presentation have a major Activision bent. We'll see how that feels on Sunday. And then after that, I'll be back on Tuesday for replaying Mario Odyssey. We're like 80 moons away from the end of the game. Like 80 moons from being complete. So I think there's like 1 or 2 more streams. I think like 2 more streams left of that. We'll see how that goes on Tuesday. And then if you're looking for more viewer levels, next Friday will be that. YouTube VODs are going up about a day after each stream. Sometime the next day, you see. And YouTube Shorts go up every day in the morning, generally. Let me go ahead and send the Twitch people somewhere else. Let's see who is online, who is streaming. Let's see now. Giant Bomb is doing some sort of Giant Bomb at night thing. I like Giant Bomb, but I haven't been really listened to the podcast in forever, so whatever. Don't need to see that. I don't need to send you there. Let's send you somewhere else, somewhere fun. What's good? Looking through the people that I have live. Oh, yeah, you can join the Discord if you like. Of course, that's always an option. And also, you can see down there the games that I'm going to be playing after Odyssey. Probably in that order. I have had a wild thought of, like, what if I added Glover between Nuts and Bolts and Chrono Trigger DS? I would like to play Glover at some point. Putting another game on the list, though, seems premature. There's already too many games in the queue. But Glover is definitely one that I'm also thinking of. Glover might be just a one-stream game, though. Honestly, the levels are not that long, and with the length of a stream that I do, I might be able to do it in like 1 or 2 streams. I'm looking at someone I follow. Let's send you to, skip the task. Why not? How about ROM hacks? Oh, I'm always down for a ROM hack. As I've mentioned, I love randomizers, and Metroid Dread randomizer is definitely on the docket for like something I want to do sometime in the future. Other ROM hacks, I could do. I could think about it. Also, July 4th, there'll be a big Mario, finishing a bunch of random Mario 2D games, and that'll be fun. Look for that in like a month. A little less than a month at this point. Jeez, it's like the 7th. Yeah, less than a month. Little less than a month. That'll be fun. Whatever. Okay, folks. That'll be it. I'll see you on Sunday for the Xbox Game Showcase. Hopefully there'll be something cool there that gets me excited, that I can react to big. I can't for the life of me think of what it would be. What brand they could announce. There's probably not going to be a Banjo. I really can't see anything from Rare being there. No, they're working on Everwild. It's not going to be that. I'm not sure what will be exciting. Hopefully there'll be something. I'll see you then. And then Tuesday will be Mario Odyssey. And if you're looking for viewer levels, next Friday, as always on Fridays. Bye, folks.